ESPN.com/880 and use promo code 880 to save $45.
ESPN New York, now streaming live on YouTube. Subscribe today and watch the show. WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. Don.
She fell in love with the sex.
Hahn.
Sauce was everywhere.
And Rosenberg.
If you want to stay up, he's got the energy that matters. This isn't North Dakota. This is New York.
This is Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
The best threesome I've ever heard.
On ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
3:02 in the big city. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg on a gorgeous Thursday.
Beautiful.
In New York. One of the biggest sports days of the year when you think about it, especially for us here in New York.
Oh, yeah.
Because you got Alan Hahn at Madison Square Garden. Why? Because he's all over the pre and post for what will be Game 3 in Atlanta between the Hawks and the Knicks, a series that's even at a game apiece. So you got that. The Mets finally end their 12-game losing streak, but it comes at a price as they lose Lindor. He's on the IL with the exact same injury Soto had. Yankees continue to win and embarrass the Red Sox.
Love it.
And we have, finally, the NFL draft tonight from Pittsburgh. We got the Couch Cast coming up on YouTube at 8 o'clock with Rick DiPietro and Dave Rothenberg. And the Jets and the Giants have not one, not two, not three, but 4 picks in the top 16. How are you, boys?
Let's go. I mean, how are you not ready for this day? Everything can happen. Anything can happen. You could go to bed tonight happy or miserable. There's no in between. Fantastic.
What's the overall best case scenario when people go to bed tonight? Obviously, that includes a Knick victory.
Well, the Knicks
that
win.
That one's easy, right? We know what that is. But
Schlittler shuts down the Red Sox and you get a sweep. Take the brooms out at Fenway. You'll love that.
All right. But then it's when it gets interesting.
The draft part of it, it's like what's your pleasure? What are you looking for? Because I just think for me, the real number one pick in the draft is when the Jets pick it too, right? Because the Raiders were bullied into taking Mendoza. They had no choice. You're taking Mendoza.
That is true. From a PR standpoint, you almost have to.
Bullied into it.
Right.
So now it's what are the Jets going to do it too? Because that impacts everything that happens.
No, it is so, and I got to give the Jets credit.
Really? You all right?
Because we haven't heard a peep.
No, they've been drummed.
They have locked it down, and you got to give Muji and Glenn credit for that. The Jets have leaked oil for decades.
Forever.
Doesn't matter who the GM is, doesn't matter who the head coach is. They cannot keep a secret. They're like a 5th grade girl. Like they just want to tell the world everything that's going on. Like my daughter. Jalen is the biggest tattletale in the world.
Right. Everything's got to be.
Did you see what Marco did?
Yeah.
Marco didn't flush the toilet. Marco didn't wash his hands. Jalen, worry about yourself, okay? Because I looked, I'm not sure you washed your hands when you went to the bathroom. The Jets have always been that way. They can't keep a secret. And maybe they are moving in the right direction as an organization because they've locked it down. Allen's right. Everybody knows Mendoza's going at 1. Nobody has a clue what the Jets are going to do at 2. So if you're the Cardinals, the Titans, the Giants, who are picking right after the Jets, you don't have any indication. You probably, in every other regime, guys, would have some sort of indication because there'd be a leak. Somebody, and wouldn't even be a smoke screen. It would just be like flat out telling people what they're going to do. But they haven't even played the smoke screen. They are just locking it down.
Locked in, baby.
And
it's great.
When Roger Goodell walks to the podium to give the Jets pick, unless something changes between now and then, we're not going to know who they're taking. And I think that's cool.
And
that is fun.
Right now, what you have is, Reese, Bailey. Is it Reese? Is it Bailey? The reasons why you take Reese, the reasons why you take Bailey, the edge rusher. And then Bart and Dan earlier today threw something into the mix that nobody was even thinking or talking about, but it would be one of those moves that would blow up the whole draft. And that, think about it. Who does everyone say is the best talent in the draft?
Caleb Downs.
Would it be crazy? Would it be crazy?
Well, listen, from a position standpoint, yes. safety would be crazy.
Yes.
Because the last time the Jets picked a safety this high, kind of, I guess, was Jamal Adams, right?
Yeah.
And what was that, 8 or 7? I forget when it was. It wasn't this high.
Yeah.
And then it was the same thing. We don't want to pay him, and it ends up becoming a problem as far as him moving forward. Ended up working out very well because it was complete highway robbery what Douglas did with the Seahawks. But still, it's like running backs. Like, do you take safeties that high, and then you're not going to want to pay them, and then it becomes a problem down the road? But we're starting to see now that talent's talent. And if this is a guy that's projected to be the best player in the draft,
and a culture-changing type talent.
And what if he's Ed Reed? What if he's Ronnie Lott? Like, safety is something that I don't value. Like, I don't think you build a defense around a safety. But if he's Ed Reed, you do. If he's Ronnie Lott, you do. Right? Like, if he's somebody that good, then, of course, you got to think about it, right?
And don't forget, too, they added Minkah Fitzpatrick. So you get Fitzpatrick up closer to the line. You put this kid... you do need 2 safeties, right? Like, Bart was explaining it and just throwing it out there as sort of this, you could do this. And the way he explained it, like, I was leaning into wait a second. They've been so quiet. They're letting everybody debate which of the edge guys they're going to take. And yet everybody else is telling you that this kid is talent-wise the best player in the draft. And everything else about him, too, because it's not only like his high IQ and the work ethic and all the other stuff, the mentality, drive to be great, all the things they use to describe him, along with the fact that he's such a versatile safety, could do so many things. The names that you were just giving out there of safeties who have been Hall of Fame level impactful type players. And Aaron Glenn is a defense guy who, by the way, was a secondary guy, right?
Exactly.
Put all that together. He's looking for somebody. They're trying to find someone to put this is our centerpiece. This is our culture guy. This is whatever you want to say on the defensive side. And they have that other pick. So it's not like you're going to make one pick. That's what you're going to take. I'm listening to it thinking, boy, if they did that, wouldn't the whole draft go, wait, nobody saw this coming. They were talking about the edge guys. And you could still, by the way, get an edge guy at 16. But
here's the question.
Never know.
Because if you look at a lot of the mock drafts, they have Downs going somewhere a little later than 2, okay?
All right.
I'm looking at one here. It's got him going 8.
Look at Don looking at mock drafts.
Well, because now's the time to do it.
He's in now. He's in.
Well, because now's the time to do it.
It's appropriate.
All right?
All right, so you see him where?
You guys were planning your weddings at 16. I waited till I found the girl.
Right. Now, where are you seeing Downs? On the one you were looking at?
Like 8.
8, okay.
All right? So if are you bold enough to say, I love this guy, I've got a pick at 16, I'm taking him at 2? Or do you play around and say, can I make a move to move a little lower in the first round, run the risk of him not being there, but hoping that maybe Downs can be there at 7 or 8, and I grab another pick, or I grab something for next year or whatever? Like, would you trade down in the hopes of getting Downs, no pun intended, a little bit later on in the first round? So
why not? If you aren't sold, think about it. If you're not sold, Don, on these edge guys, and again, Bailey is the plug-and-play edge, but his ceiling isn't nearly as high as what Reese, that's what they're saying. They feel like Reese is a guy you'll probably have to develop, but, he has a higher upside, or the belief is that he does have that. And in a 3-4 system that Glenn's playing, it all works as a linebacker. But Bailey's a guy that you step in, he'll play week 1. Now, they do have, by the way, edge guys already on the team, veterans.
Right.
But that's the argument is, okay, if there's another team that's hot for one of these edge guys, and you're like, I think I could probably get Downs at, whether it's maybe your Commanders, right? Maybe your Commanders, maybe the Saints. You don't know, who are these teams? What are these teams going to want to do that I know I could still get the guy I really want, and I don't have to take him at 2? These are the games that Darren Muji's got to play. I'm telling you, Don. I've told both you guys that this is Muji's biggest offseason. And I am really curious to see just how agile he is in the hours leading up to the draft and right up to his pick. If he's going to make a move, if they dare to make a gutsy move, this is all the stuff I'm looking forward to seeing.
Now, the Giants, they sit at 5-10, and, of course, they get the deal that they are able to make with Cincinnati with Dexter Lawrence to get the 10th overall pick. There's been a lot of smoke about Jeremiah Love. Now, is it a smoke screen for the Giants? Because the Giants usually pretty buttoned up as far as what they're going to do. The only time they really leaked anything was Barkley when they had the second pick, and they didn't care because it didn't matter. They had the second pick, and everybody knew that Baker Mayfield was going to go 1. But is it a smoke screen? Because if they did leak they want Love, well, they're going to probably be disappointed. Arizona could take him at 3. Tennessee can take him at 4. I mean, the chances of Love being there at 5, I think, are too low for you to be telling anybody that you want Jeremiah Love. I think it's a smoke screen. I think they're going defense because you could tell me, Alan, and you have said he wants to run the football, but he also wants to get a lockdown D. All right? And Dexter Lawrence is gone, and he didn't want to be here, and the Giants got a 10th overall pick, but there's still work to be done on that defense, especially in that secondary, especially is Carter a bust? You know, he didn't have the rookie year that people were hoping that he would have.
It's not Carter. It's Thibodeau.
Well, Thibodeau has been a bust considering where he was selected,
and that's why if you can get one of the edge guys again, as things fall into place by 5, if somebody on the edge just happens to fall to 5 by any chance, that gets you out of Thibodeau, right? That's the guy that you're going to have to pay sooner,
be there, right? So
he could. Yeah,
now,
he could.
but here's my thing, and I anybody that's listened to me for any length of time knows that I think position matters, right? Do you take safeties high? Do you take running backs high? Another position that you usually don't see going that high anymore, but has been a need for the Giants forever, is linebacker. And I do think identity matters. And when you think of the Giants in their heyday,
yes,
you think about great linebackers, Harry Carson, Lawrence Taylor. You think about those guys, Brad Van Pelt. Like, it's always been the linebacker position, and, there's Sonny Styles sitting there. And you got the 10th pick. Like, so there could be guys there at 10 that you go. I'm really thinking the Giants are going to walk away from the first round with 2 defensive players. That's what I think they're going to do. I think the Love stuff's a smokescreen.
So you think so? If Love is sitting in there at 5 and the Giants pass on him, that's franchise malpractice. Let's be honest. If you also are trying to put as much talent around your young quarterback that you believe in, then you could also make the argument of Tate or Tyson as wide receivers that high with Neighbors, right?
Well, especially if you're telling me, you want to try to do something this year and Neighbors might not be able to start the year.
It sounds like week 1 is still in question. So, there's a lot of things that you could consider because of what you have on the roster, right? Again, having this young quarterback, I want to put as much talent around him as possible. And I guess if Love is sitting there at 5 and they pass on him, it's franchise malpractice.
You think why do you say that?
Because he is offensively the most talented player in the draft.
But it is a running back at 5.
So, let's see.
No, but you say,
I know you're caught up on that. I know you are, and I understand why. But you can't, in a draft like this that doesn't have the obvious picks to make, to me, it's about acquiring talent. When you're a team that's how many wins did they have this year?
5.
Come on.
All right,
I
need
need talent. You can't tell me, it's too high to take that guy. That's first of all, how arrogant is that? Well, I'm not taking him there. It's too high.
Well,
no. You take a player who's good.
No, but it's only too high if you're not going to pay him to draft him that high. That's all I'm saying. If they love this guy and they're going to be willing to pay him.
I've yet to hear anybody. I've yet to read anything about Jeremiah Love that people he's not that. He's not worth. Everybody raves about him.
They're treating him like it is it.
But he will change your offense.
But I've always said, and again, I'm coming off of this a little bit and want to hear from you at 1-800-919-3776. I love arguing this point. When I flipped out about them taking Barkley at 2, I said you could project him to go to the Hall of Fame. You don't take him at 2. So it's not about the quality of player.
You're saying trade out?
I'm saying is that if you're gonna draft him at 5, you got to pay him that you drafted him at 5.
I understand.
And don't mess around. And maybe this regime will do that. But I don't want to sit there 4 years from now and, what do we do with Love? We got to franchise him because we got to pay Dart, we got to pay Carter, and we got to pay whoever we take at 10. And we don't have the money to be able to pay a running back because a running back we don't value as much. Then why did you take him at 5? That's all I'm saying. But if they're going to say, we're going to build our offense around this guy, we're going to pay him when he becomes a free agent, and he's going to retire a Giant, then I'm all for doing it. But I just don't want to have 4 years from now the conversation of, the Love dilemma, like the same garbage, like it's a soap opera.
But that, again, you got to remember, that's apples and oranges, Donnie, because what happened was the previous regime is what drafted him and had this opinion that he was touched by the hand of God and that this was a guy that you can build your offense around. And then they got a new coach and a new GM, and the new coach had no use for a running back.
No.
None. Now, you could argue Saquon was taken number 2. How has his career gone? Not with the Giants.
Well, that's what ends up happening all the time. Same thing with McCaffrey.
Does he look like a guy that was – exactly. So that's why you can't look at it that way. You have to look at it like, can this guy help us win? I've already got the quarterback, and we know he's pretty good. And by the way, he can run. We got an offensive line that's got to get better, but we have seen that this offense can really open up. We're going to get Neighbors back healthy. Like this – and now you got the 10th pick, by the way, which means you can go defense there or you can get a wide receiver there. This is one of those drafts where you could leave this draft tonight and still have 2 more days of drafting and still feel like our team is exponentially better.
I don't 100% agree with you on why they took Barkley back when they did, because it was just about trying to get Eli another Super Bowl.
I understand. That was a quarterback draft. They could have taken Josh Allen.
They could have taken Josh Allen. They could have taken Sam Darnold.
They could have taken Sam Darnold.
They needed a quarter. This is why I'm kind of coming off don't take Love at 5. I still fundamentally don't believe in it, but I'm not as steadfast as I've been because it is apples and wrenches compared to Barkley because, A, the Giants needed a quarterback and ignored the need in a good quarterback draft and took a running back. And also the fact is that they were worried about the immediate and not the future. They didn't care about, are we going to pay this guy when he becomes a free agent? Because all they were thinking about is getting Eli a ring in that moment because they knew how dynamic he was going to be, right?
Yep.
It's different here. They've got the quarterback. This is not a quarterback-rich draft, okay? And also the fact is that I think it's a slow burn with the Giants. They want to win this year, but they also know they want to win the next year, the year after that, and the year after that. And that maybe Love could be a part of that. All right? And I'm hoping there isn't going to be a regime change, that when Love becomes a free agent, there's going to be a new GM or head coach who's saying, I don't want this guy. So that's why I'm kind of coming off that a bit. But still, there's other needs. You do, if Scadaboo, comes back from this injury, so you do have a pretty decent running game. And there's other areas that you could fill. I'm not going to die if they pick him. But I'm not going to say it's malpractice if they don't. Because I don't know exactly how they feel about the guy. And there might be something else that Harbaugh looks at and says, I'd rather have. So it's still a running back. It's becoming a little bit more important than it's been in years past. But when you function as an offense, I will always stick with this. When you function as an offense, you don't need to take a running back that high to have great production at the running back position. Look at Kansas City. Look at the Saints in recent years. They didn't have to spend – they got great production out of the running game without having to take somebody that high. Why? Great quarterback, great offensive line, great weapons around them. And if Harbaugh wants to do it that way, I'm not going to get mad at him. So that's why I jumped about malpractice. They may take him, but if they don't take him, I'm not going to be mad.
Let me ask you this about the love of it all. Sounds like something. A song maybe from the 80s, from 1982. Now, I understand he's supposed to be a transformative kind of offensive player, and this is not your straight-ahead running back. But, was that a conversation, just curious, among Giants fans last year of, major need for them? Or is it someone who you just believe is so talented potentially, could so reimagine your offense that you go for it no matter what you were thinking?
It's a great question because it wasn't something that you left the season saying this is a major need.
We felt pretty good about that running back room last year. No,
well,
that was
yeah. And Scatterboo coming off the dislocated ankle is something certainly to keep an eye on. But Tyrone Tracy was pretty good, right? I mean, he showed you to be pretty good. But if I'm building a team, if I can get better than you, I'm going to get better than you, right? Like it's just how it works. And Scatterboo is he a lead back?
No.
Or is he a guy you use battering ram, third down kind of stuff,
he's
goal
never
line
your
kind
lead
of
back.
stuff?
That is never going to happen.
Right. And you worry about him just lasting a couple of years because of the way how hard he plays. You love what he brings, but you got to know that he's not a high mileage kind of player. And again, all respect to Tyrone Tracy. He's proven to be a guy he's a good player. But no. When you're looking for somebody that's going to be a difference maker and you want to put him next to your quarterback that you know you're in love with,
no pun intended.
I honestly got to say, if I can get better than you, I'm going to get better than you in this draft.
Well, there's a lot of people to talk to about this. We're going to hear from them coming up. We're also going to hear from you at 1-800-919-3776. Knicks tonight, they can be heard on 1050 with coverage beginning at 6 with Pat O'Keefe. So we're going to talk to Malik Rose, an executive with the NBA, at 4 o'clock to discuss everything NBA, including the Knicks. Get into the Mets as well as Lindor hurts his calf. Yankees continue to roll as they're beating up on the Red Sox. Peter, we've got lots and lots to discuss.
And not only that, right now, Don, new FanDuel customers can bet $5 and you get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. From player props on your favorite stars to all the tools you need to back them up, it's everything you need all in one app. So don't miss your shot. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel, official partner of the NBA. 21 and over, physically present in New York. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issues, non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com for help with a gambling problem. Call 877-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline, pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
Hey, New York and New Jersey, Boost Mobile has an unlimited talk, text, and data plan that's only $25 a month forever, meaning you'll only ever pay $25 a month for the rest of your life. Who wouldn't want unlimited wireless when it only costs $25 a month forever? If you don't, you must be one of those people who enjoy overpaying for their phone plan. $25 a month forever is truly as good as it gets. So go online and switch now at boostmobile.com. After 30 gigabytes, customers may experience slower speeds. Customers will pay $25 a month as long as they remain active on the Boost Mobile Unlimited plan.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good.
Let me say this. If you're an experienced superintendent in Jersey and you know you're better than the situation that you're in, Tricon Construction wants to talk. They're building serious multifamily, medical, and industrial projects across the state, and they're looking for leaders, not babysitters, real projects, real support, real backing from ownership. If you're ready to step into something bigger, go to triconbuilds.com/careers. That's triconbuilds.com/careers. And yes, it's confidential.
New year, new season, same goal. feel good, and stay in the game. But if neck pain, back pain, joint pain, or sciatica is holding you back, it's time to handle it. I'm Bart Scott, and I'm telling you to call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is an Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he specializes in getting people back to living pain-free. No surgery, no scars, no long recovery, no pain medication. Just precise, non-surgical, image-guided treatments that work. Same-day or next-day appointments are available with offices in Woodbridge, Livingston, and Inglewood. Stop playing through pain. Go to SandwellPain.com. Relief starts today.
Hi, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. If you're looking at solar in New York, New Jersey, or Connecticut, here's what actually matters. Real numbers, honest answers, and a team that handles everything. We manage the entire process from start to finish. Designs, approvals, installation, and even a brand new roof if you need one. We don't sell you more than your home actually needs. Just smart systems designed for long-term savings and predictable energy costs. Visit PrecisionSolar.com to schedule your free home assessment. Precision Solar, built to perform for decades.
And now it's time for traffic. Here's Brandy Scott.
Hey there, guys. Good afternoon. Going to be a gorgeous night for a ball game in Queens. Mets are home later on over at Citi Field. Right now, looking good heading across the Upper East River at the Whitestone Bridge. You pick up some company on the expressway southbound, stop and go, approaching the stadium and Northern Boulevard. Worst ride to the outbound, George, definitely the Cross Bronx westbound. Already slammed there from the Bruckner on through. Inbound, George, still have some road work on both the upper and lower decks, about 20 to 30 minutes using 80-95. Definitely better from the 4 and 46 approaches. Outbound Lincoln Rennie about 10 to 15. Outbound Holland 15 to 20. This report is sponsored by the Positive Coaching Alliance. Questions about youth or high school sports? While the PCA can help, it's a national nonprofit developing better athletes and better people through youth and high school sports. More info at positivecoach.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a timeout to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
It's now time for the Amazins starting lineup, which is brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Mets finally ended their 12-game losing streak. They'll continue with the rubber match of the 3-game series against the Twins tonight. Bichette is going to lead off and play third. Soto still DHing, batting second. Alvarez is going to catch, and he will bat third. Robert Jr. cleaning up in center field. Beatty in right field will bat fifth. Vientos, who had the game-winning hit last night, will bat sixth, play first base. Simeon batting seventh, playing second. Mauricio, who's up for the injured Lindor, he will play shortstop and bat eighth. Binge will be in left field, and he will bat ninth. Scott making his major league debut on the mound for the New York Mets, who are also called the Amazins, and that's the starting lineup brought to you by Ramsey Mazda. Get more for your money at Ramsey Mazda, like a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 or Mazda CX-90. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. All right, let's hear from you at 1-800-919-3776. Again, Malik Rose will be talking basketball with us coming up at 4 o'clock. But let's get it started with Tommy in Connecticut. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. What's up, Tommy?
Don, Alan, Peter, how we doing?
Good, man. Good. How are you?
All good. Excited for the draft tonight. I liked what you were saying before. I think, depending on how it shakes out in the first 4 picks, if Jeremiah Love is there, you have to consider it seriously.
Yes.
If not, I think Sonny Styles is the way to go, and then you pray that Caleb Downs drops to 10. That's my ideal scenario.
Downs is another guy that fits the Harbaugh, like the way he wants to play. So that is very interesting to watch.
If you get Downs at 10, then no matter what you did at 5, whether it's Styles, whether it's Love, whether it's one of these edge pass rushers, you're skipping in the work the next day if you're a Giant. Because I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't think Downs will be there at 10 unless people buy into this, slow 40 at the combine. But I'm sorry, I don't need a speedster at safety.
Well, you're also looking
at
need,
hit.
But you're looking at need, after 5, right? That's what you're looking at is what are the teams, they might see him and realize that, we don't really have a need there, and they just kind of move it along. And, I mean, if you're sitting at 10 and you think you can get him at 8, right, do you move up just to make sure? So there's a lot of things that – you're right, though, Don. Like, you could walk away feeling like you hit an absolute home run with 2 in the top 10.
They're going to come out.
One on each side of the ball. Like, it's a huge day for Joe Schoen and John Harbaugh.
No, it's a monster. It's a great way to get this new era started, right?
Yep.
If the Giants turn the corner and become a championship team again, the beginning of the DVD is going to be this draft.
Yep. And the same for the Jets if they ever make the playoffs again.
Exactly.
The beginning of the DVD for the playoff appearance.
Right. Finally finishing above 500 for the first time in a decade will be what they did at 2-16. No, that's not hyperbole. You're absolutely right, Alan.
Yeah.
It's a big deal.
Because in all sports, but especially football, it's all about the draft. You pick up free agents there. Every once in a while, you make a smart deal that maybe can help you turn the corner.
Mm-hmm.
But the good teams are the teams that draft well.
Right.
That's how you build a roster. That's how you build a dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get over drafting poorly. Can't do it. You can get over a bad free agent period. You can get over a bad deal. But if you can't draft, you can't win, period. So this is a big day for both these organizations. That's why this is going to be a lot of fun. The Couch Cast is coming up at 8 o'clock on YouTube with Rothenberg and DiPietro. I will be appearing. Alan will be appearing. Peter will be appearing throughout that first round. No, it's a big deal. It's a big day. There's no question about that. Ira in Staten Island, always good to talk to him. You're on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
Oh, there he is.
Hey, what's happening, boys? Good afternoon. And, looking forward to tonight. And, it's a funny thing. With the draft, I think teams, the way they approach it now, it was always left tackle, pass rusher, quarterback. And, I can't take a safety too high. I can't take a running back. I think those days are kind of diminishing. It's not like it was 10 years ago. So if the Giants feel Love is a guy they got to grab, then they got to grab him. And the same thing with the Jets. I heard you say something about Bart Scott saying his safety. They want to blow up the draft and take him at number 2. Do it. I'm good. You have to go with best available player, especially for both teams when you have holes on the roster.
And especially, Ira, with both teams having another pick in the first round. So it's not it's not the all or nothing that you do have that safety valve of I still have another pick coming up in the draft in the first round.
Right. Allows you to be a little more aggressive.
And how I personally feel, I think the Jets really would love to take the receiver out of Arizona State. I think they're dying that the Giants might take him at 10. I think they're really trying very hard to trade up to get him. And we'll see how this goes. But with the Jets situation, it appears they're not taking a quarterback. You have 4 premium picks in the top 44 picks.
Yep.
Get me 4 starters.
Yeah,
I don't want developmental guys. That's it. I want 4 guys who are going to make an impact immediately.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about 2 years down the road.
No, you're right, and especially why it's so important for this regime to win. For the tanking crowd, we'll get better picks in a great draft coming up in 27. This team needs to win. The wide receiver he was talking about was Jordan Tyson out of Arizona State.
And by the way, just reading Matt Miller's stuff here, he has a scout an area scout, rival area scout, saying no team did more work on Tyson or visited Tempe, Arizona State, of course, more than the Giants. He's got wide receiver 1 potential. You have neighbors Again, this is about making your quarterback that you feel this is my quarterback of the future. He's in year 2. I can get a lot. I got to put a ton of talent around him and maximize his potential.
You're talking about how much a running back of Love's caliber can help the development of Dart. Two great wide receivers can do the same thing.
Absolutely.
You know, and you think
look at Joe Burrow. He's got two guys there.
Burrow's got two.
And he relies on them and how important they both are to him.
And you go back to the history, too. There was always Rice and Taylor.
Yeah.
With the 49ers, with the Cowboys, it was always Irving and Harper. There's always to have those options are so big.
Mm-hmm.
And also the insurance policy of, hoping Neighbors is going to be healthy. It's great to have these picks in hand. Now, we were talking about the Saints disrupting this whole thing, and that's what Griffin in Connecticut's going to talk about with his team. You're right. Your Saints can have a lot. If they trade up, Griffin, this could be a major problem for both locals.
Yeah, I've been hearing today that we are interested in trading up. Maybe try to trade up to where the Cardinals are and take the pass rusher that the Jets do not take. So if they pass on Ordell Reese or David Bailey, we might trade up and take that pass
the other
rusher
one. Yep.
who's available. Take the other one. So that's the other thing. And also another thing is, do the Commanders think about trading up to get Jeremiah Love and pair him with Jaden Daniels?
Mm-hmm.
That's another team that I'm looking for to see if they would trade up, maybe getting Jeremiah Love and pull that whole thing off too.
You know what? I think Arizona is that pick is for sale, and they'll probably take offers on that all the way up until it's time.
I think Arizona would be nuts to take Love at 3. Without it, they don't have.
Well, the only reason why you're right, they don't have a quarterback. The only reason why you do it, and it's not the smart thing, it's a business decision, is you take him because you don't have anything to sell, and you sell him. Put his name on the jersey, sell jersey.
I guess.
You know what I mean? Like, that's all you can do.
But if you're going to sell the third pick and get a bunch for a team that's in need of a lot. I mean, wouldn't you be thinking about that?
You would much rather, if you're look, I'm only going to how would I feel. I would feel like the thing to do is to trade the pick for multiple picks because I need a lot.
Yeah.
And the more picks I can use, the better. Yeah, but it's really all you got.
Yeah,
it's
because
the only thing you can do.
Yeah, because listen,
to take him is like the Raiders taking Ashton Genty last year, right? Like they were a mess. They had Geno, and then they drafted him. They don't have any offensive line whatsoever. Ashton Genty's going to be a really good NFL running back, but they're going to have to build more. So you're waiting for that impact.
I guess, and maybe they're thinking, hey, next year we're going to be able to maybe get one of these great quarterbacks, and we'll already have the running back in tow.
Right.
But it still is going to take a while for Arizona to be a playoff team.
So you
only have so much in the tank as a running back, right? So if you say that I get a running back, and that's the one thing we can't get over is the fact that you usually have these guys for like 5-7 years in their prime, and then they start to deteriorate.
Yeah.
Well, if I know my first 3 years with this golden goose is going to be looking for a quarterback, lousy losing seasons, and then finally he hits his prime, and I'm not ready. And now I can't re-sign him, or I end up trading him. That's why all of these teams that take running backs high end up moving them, and then they become great someplace else, like what the Panthers did with McCaffrey.
Back to Griffin's point, that is in theory what makes the Commanders such an interesting destination for Love.
Would you take Love at 7?
Well, I would, because I think it takes a team that you already know you have some pieces in place. You're ready to start moving the right direction.
I don't know how he lasts till 7.
And then you add a guy that can immediately make your offense even better.
Well, he won't last. I should rephrase it. Would you want to see?
Would you trade
them to trade up to get Love?
Him with Daniels, that
is a potentially scary proposition.
That could be exciting.
Listen, I leave it to the professionals. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not exactly going to get the calls to be a draft.
What will you do?
So
what would you do as a fan? What do you want?
Well, what do I have to trade to move up? Because they're picking at 7 already, so they're giving up 7 and what else?
7 and something.
And what, like a later round pick?
Yeah, you're going to be whatever the value is on the chart. We got to look it up
because that value, getting up at that high already, is costly. It's probably going to mean a player and a pick.
Yeah, and you won't be the only one trying to do it, so you'll be competing.
Yeah, I was just kind of asking just for your thoughts as a fan. I don't see him becoming a Commander.
Where's he trying to trade to?
3.
3 is a $2,200 $2,200 value.
Yep,
Washington
so
is $1,500. So you need another $700 somewhere, Peter, in order to make that work.
Where do you get the $700?
Stand by.
Multiple later round picks.
Yeah.
How many picks can you give up? You're still building a team.
You don't have a lot of picks in this draft.
No, and they don't have a ton of picks.
71, which is only valued at 235.
That's not enough.
No, you'd have to probably trade something in next year's draft.
draft. Yeah.
What Anthony's talking about is the Gilbrandt chart of every pick has a numerical value. So when you're a general manager and you want to send picks someplace kind of to move up, or does it all work out numbers wise? Because it's not like evaluating players, right? You put a numerical value on these picks and you have it all add up so everybody feels like we did the right deal.
He's going to go to Tennessee. Watch.
Tennessee, if you want the Giants to take Love, Tennessee is where you're scared at 4.
Yeah, it makes sense for them too, right? Because you got the young quarterback now.
Yeah, that they think could be a guy.
And then you have your two pieces there that are going to be the future of your offense.
It's going to be very, very interesting. It all begins at 8 o'clock. And, of course, DiPietro and Rothenberg are going to have all of it going on the Couchcast on YouTube. There's a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection. It's their customer service.
What
it's
else
their
is
savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. Then TM133 469. MSRP $28,065. Zero security deposit ends 4/30/26. More of your calls at 1-800-919-3776. What does Jordan Ronan think the Giants are going to do at 5? What does Sal Pal think the Jets are going to do at 2?
Ooh.
Don Hahn and Rosenberg with you till 6:30. Then it's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline, pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Looking for a new best friend? Join London Jewelers May 3rd from 12 to 4 at Garvey's Point Dog Park in Glen Cove for a pet adoption event supporting Rescue Paw Foundation. Rain or shine, help give these animals the loving homes they deserve.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
This is the Michael K. Show.
All I've seen over these years, let's make things great for the players. Let's give the players everything they want. And they deserve to have great things. But the extra little things like, well, let us grow our hair longer. Can we have beards? Well, then win me a championship. Because if I'm going to move away from the Yankees and what the Yankees stand for, then I'm going to need something back from you.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Wow, that's a lot of distractions. Why don't you just focus on the road?
Relax, I'm a great driver.
What about other drivers? Not everyone's a great driver.
I can watch out for them. I'll be fine.
Watch out! In 2023, more than 3,200 people died due to distracted drivers. Keep your eyes on the road. This message brought to you by the New York State Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This trade was highway robbery. Dexter Lawrence, I think he'll be good for Cincinnati. You save so much money. You move on from a guy that didn't want to be here, coming off an awful season. Got the 10th pick in the draft for this guy. For an unhappy non-quarterback coming off a very down year, yeah, sign me up every single day.
DiPietro and Rothenberg. Morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNNewYorkContests.com. That's ESPNNewYorkContests.com.
Harry Douglas here to tell you about Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy. It tastes just like the best birthday cake ever.
vanilla, buttery, frosting vibes. It's basically a party in a bottle. Confetti Craze makes it easy to turn any day into a party with its delicious birthday cake flavor and big birthday energy. And here's the best part. All cake, no sugar. I bring these tiny bottles everywhere to cakeify my day with tasty caffeine boosts. The Funfetti flavor is back on 5hourenergy.com or on Amazon. Crack open a Confetti Craze 5-Hour Energy shot today.
Lowe's has the brands pros trust to get the job done. You can now shop new Catalyst fencing solutions and save big when you do. 10% off when you buy in bulk. Plus, save $180 on a DeWalt 12-inch dual-bevel sliding compound miter saw. Now just $449. Our best lineup is here at Lowe's. Valid through 5/6 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code VALUE to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code VALUE to borrow up to $10,000. Use code VALUE to borrow up to $10,000.
I don't think those are the words.
No.
That was not the words.
Early May.
What a music show we would do.
I'll be loving you.
I just still. When do we do the occasional music podcast?
I'm ready for it.
Well, here's the problem. The hardest
when the playoffs are over, I'm in.
Well, here's the thing.
Make it a summer vehicle.
If one day we want to be great, and we decide we're going to do like a Patreon vehicle for like we wouldn't be able to because somehow between ESPN and Good Karma, John and Anthony would have like an immediate heart attack.
Listen, just I'll give you my vacation days. You can do it. You can do it then.
So yeah, we'll do it when he's not here.
Sounds good to me. As long as I'm not involved, I'm good. You can do what you want.
And we do
hates music, doesn't he?
No, it's not that. It's the business part of it. If we did a Patreon show, they'd be like, you're not allowed to, whatever it is. But my point is the beauty of Patreon, and we do this for Ibra Laura Rosenberg, we have a Patreon, is that people pay for it. It's behind a paywall. Guess what? Behind the paywall, do whatever you want. It's not public. We play music. You can play the songs, talk over them, do whatever. It's one of the only ways to be able to play music these days. Because all these podcast guys, you can't play music.
Yeah.
I mean, you can sometimes
Why
if you don't
on YouTube,
monetize
though? I've seen YouTube where it's like they play like a Carpenter song and people react to it.
True.
Because of Karen Carpenter's voice is like one of the most incredible voices you've ever heard.
So Anthony, if we turn off monetizing completely, can you do music stuff?
Sure.
You can.
But why would you want to do that?
No, but I'm just for fun. Like
Sure. Yeah.
So if we were to do a 1 hour video,
we're just doing it for giggles.
Just for giggles, you can play the music. You won't get in trouble for it. It'll just take off monetization.
I would think. Yeah, I think that's.
But aren't there sometimes like certain labels that are like, yeah, no, you can't use this at all. We're pulling the video.
Well, there's a chance of that too.
Right.
And you could roll the dice on that as well.
Because we could be great. You know.
Yeah, I'm just.
Why Stevie today? What's the Stevie?
Yeah, what's the angle?
No reason.
All right.
I love that. He doesn't need a reason.
No, I hate it.
Why?
Because
he's a creative.
He's feeling
mind, and to me, when I hear when he says no reason, he's being lazy. Gave up. Just quit.
Listen, I spent 3 hours yesterday after the show,
and I loved it.
Listen.
I was foreign in Fleetwood Mac.
Sorry, you okay?
I stroked out. Just now. But
come on back.
I did spend 3 hours listening to Foreign. I was telling Alan, I was legit. If this was the 70s or the 80s, I might have been a Foreigner fanatic because I was watching NBA. I had the Mets on. Wasn't even listening to the broadcast because I was 4 in the ears, watching the game, and I was just in my own world.
See? I love that. So
I'm telling you, Jacob was born way too late. He missed out in, like, his true era should have been late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, he would have done well. He's doing well now, but I think he would have done better then. All right, so Jordan Raanan was on the Michael Kay show earlier today. What was he hearing about the Giants at 5?
I think it's more likely Caleb Downs or Jordan Tyson at that spot. But I also let me say this, Michael: the Giants may not be done making big trades in this draft. I don't think that's out of the question. Spoke to sources today. I said there's a possibility, depending on how the top 4 picks unfold, of the Giants moving down from 5, but not out of the top 10, and collecting some additional draft capital. So I don't think that's out of the equation, depending on how that top 4 pans out.
All right, let's play the game.
You don't say.
Let's play the game then.
We love the game.
Who would have to be off the board for the Giants to trade down? He said it depends on what happens in the first 4 picks. That sounds to me like the Giants want Love. They will take Love at 5. If Love is off the board at 4,
then they trade down.
Then they're trading down. That's what that sounds like to me.
Because right. And then they can get Downs. That's interesting.
And now they want, because, all right, they probably, again, this is just speculation on my part.
Mm-hmm.
They're probably like, if they come away with Love and Downs, home run. But they can't not get either of them. So if Love is off the board, if Tennessee takes it at 4, then they can play. Then I think what they should do is, all right, then just take Downs at 5, right? At least you got one of the two. But maybe they're thinking, at that point, I don't want to lose out. I'll trade down and maybe try to hope that Downs is there at 7 or 8, something like that. I really think that Love would be the guy that would be. Is there anybody else that would be taken in the first 4 that would affect the Giants moving down more than Love being taken? It doesn't feel like that.
It doesn't to me, no.
Now, on the other side, Sal Pal was on Unsportsmanlike this morning and says the Jets control the draft.
At number 16, they're open for business. Could they move up and maybe get a wide receiver? Could they move down, maybe with the Philadelphia Eagles jumping up to number 16 to take a top player in the top 16? They're open for business at number 16. And what do they do at 33 if they don't have the quarterback of the future on the roster at number 33? Do they jump back up into the first round if Ty Simpson's available there? What if Woody Johnson is in the room and is like, hey, what are we doing? Who's our quarterback of the future? We might get Drew Allar later out of Penn State. And Woody says, no, I want to pull the trigger right now on Ty Simpson. So the Jets, with 3 of the top 33 and 4 of the top 44, could easily control what happens on day 1.
I don't think Sal meant it to be this reaction.
God, please.
But when I heard him say, Woody may say, if I'm a Jet fan, I'm like, I'm ready to throw up my lunch. That's not going to be good. If Woody is telling you what to do, that's not going to be good.
No.
The fact that Woody's in the room makes me queasy.
That drives me crazy, by the way. The fact that, and I've heard him explain this before, and I get it. I understand. I'm the owner. I want to see how the business is working, and I need to be involved in all that stuff. That's great. But if you really think that your opinion matters in that room to those people that you pay to be experts, then you're a narcissist. You're supposed to just stay in the back and watch how it all works and unfold.
Right.
Don't you dare try to put any influence on any decision that's made that early in the draft. My God.
And even if, forget about how you feel about Woody. He's not a football guy.
I can't.
If he is going to suggest something, it's going to be what's good for the bottom line, right? I want to bring in somebody. We want a quarterback. We want somebody we can market and say, hey, look, come see. That's not how you run a team. It's the NFL. All right? You're making your money. Right now you want to try to make sure you make good decisions on the field so you start winning games, make the playoffs for the first time in a decade and a half. Not, I need somebody to market, because that would be his only motivation, right? Oh, well, we got to get Simpson because I can market him. So let's trade back into the first round to get him. All right, I'm all for it if Muji's for it, but if Muji rolls his eyes and goes, oh. Kind of like what happened, in my opinion,
I still
with
don't know
Douglas
why guys
taking
don't say that. Zach Wilson.
Zach Wilson.
Yeah. I still don't know how a guy, again, I know it was a movie, draft day. Like, I don't know how anybody, when you know this is not the right thing to do, and he's telling you to do it, and then you just don't go, I'll tell you what, we're right in the midst of the draft. If you make me do this, I'm walking out. Get somebody else to run the draft.
That's what I would do. I mean, listen, it might kill
you're
my
afraid
career.
you might not get another job in the league.
You know what?
Why would that be? I stood on business.
Right, exactly, because you know what also can kill my career? Picking the wrong people.
Yes, I'm going to be out of here anyway.
You know,
you're going to fire me for your bad decision.
At least let me lose my job on my own terms, not because now I got to own a pick that you made me make.
Oh, Don, I'm steaming right now.
I know. I didn't
what Sal said.
I love it.
That's it. I'm boiling right now.
I could tell.
Boiling.
I could just tell by I could
a
hear
steaming hot pile of Allen.
I could hear the steam coming out as soon as because I felt the same way. You know, Woody's in the room telling, oh, boy, I can hear the steam coming out.
You know, I want my quarterback of the future. You know what I tell him? Sit.
Right.
Sit down, shut your mouth. You've done this before. How's it working out?
Go play Madden. Go away. All right? Yeah. Like, throw a ball in the room and hope he goes and chases it. Malik Rose is going to join us coming up next, talk a little NBA. We'll get back to the draft. We'll get to the Mets situation, all of that. But, Alan.
Yes.
You got something on your mind, no?
I do. I want to talk to all of you small business owners here in New York because every block is a business and every minute counts. And Amazon Hub Delivery lets you earn extra revenue from the business you already run. See, you and your staff can deliver packages right in your neighborhood on a schedule that works for you, and it's a smart way to keep your hustle going. Bring in more revenue, more visibility, and you stay connected to the community that you already serve. I'll tell you about Christine. She's the owner of All Breed Cat and Dog Grooming in Verona, New Jersey. She loves the flexibility of Amazon Hub Delivery. She takes grooming appointments in the morning and then delivers packages in the afternoon around her business schedule. And, by the way, you're asking me, so how do I get started? It's easy. It's not complicated at all. And no delivery experience is necessary. There are no long-term contracts. And, best of all, no startup cost. It's that easy. New York local businesses, listen up. Are you ready to make your next move? Visit Amazon.com/hubdelivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB delivery.
This is Rick Brunson, the assistant coach from the New York Knicks. I'll be driving to our games this season in style in my new Jeep Gladiator from Princeton Jeep. My friends at Princeton Jeep gave me all-star treatment, and you can expect the same thing. Just mention I sent you, and they'll treat you like family. Princeton Jeep has tons of inventory and great deals on new vehicles. Visit Princeton Jeep at 1045 State Road in Princeton, New Jersey, or online at PrincetonJeeps.com and tell them Rick Brunson sent you.
New York Knicks fans, here's a total slam dunk. For a limited time, new Verizon Mobile and home customers can get Fios and a line of mobile for just $69.99 a month with AutoPay. Get Fios 300 megabits per second for $20 a month and unlimited welcome for $50 a month plus taxes and fees when you bring your own phone. Visit a Verizon store today to learn more. For new Fios Internet and mobile customers, discounts applied over 36 months. Mobile and home discount enrollment required. Additional terms apply. In times of congestion, unlimited 5G and 4G LTE may be temporarily slower than other traffic. Domestic data roaming at 2G speeds.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Harry Douglas here. Let me ask you something. What if you can enjoy the taste of a cocktail, the warmth of a spirit, and still stay fully in control? That's RK Zero Proof, a pioneer in the alcohol-free spirits category. RK delivers bold flavor and a real warming sensation with zero alcohol, zero sugar, zero carbs, and 0 calories. Perfect for nights out, social gatherings, or anytime you want the experience of a drink without sacrificing tomorrow. Check it out at rkbeverages.com. That's ARKAY beverages.com. RK, all the flavor, none of the alcohol.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
DiPietro and Rothenberg's NFL Draft Couchcast, April 23rd, exclusively on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
It's
Tully time. A busy night tonight. You got Mets Twins. That'll follow us here on 880 at 6:30. Knicks Hawks, Game 3. That game can be heard on 1050 at 7 o'clock. Coverage of the NFL Draft is on ESPN New York's app at 7. And the Couchcast starts at 8. Oh, and also the Yankees take on the Red Sox at 6:10. I got to be honest.
That's not nothing.
I got to tell you. I know you hate the Red Sox. These 6:35, 6:10 stars, gorgeous.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely succulent is the way I would describe it.
But don't
6:10 first pitch, oh, dear God.
Well, for who, though?
Anybody.
No, I don't think that's true, though.
How about me?
Well, you don't want to watch even. You don't even care.
No, I'm just saying that, it's 9 o'clock, the game's over.
But for people...
Got all this free time, all these activities.
I know. But for the people who work and really care, like by the time they get home, put their stuff down, have a bite to eat, they miss 5 innings. I imagine that's a bit of a bummer. But I hear what you're saying.
But
it's right there, though. It's not that far from everybody working downtown. It's easy to get.
I'm just saying, if the Mets started their games at 6:10, I'd weep.
Tremendous.
Malik Rose, old friend of the show, of course, former Knick and now an executive with the NBA, joins us here on Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg. Thank you for joining us on a very busy sports day. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me. What's up, Al?
What's happening, Malik? I mean, let's see. You've got relationships with the Knicks. You've got relationships with the Spurs. You have relationships with the Hawks and also the Pistons. Like, I imagine that you're watching, like, seriously, you're watching the playoffs. You must be, like, really involved in all of these. Is there one team, though? It's got to be the team that gave you a couple of rings, right? It's got to be the Spurs that you're more locked into than anybody else.
Hey, man, I plead fifth on that one, but you're right. There are a lot of relationships going along, man. Let's just say I'm rooting for a lot of friends that still work for those organizations to do well.
When you saw Wemby go down the way he went down, like that's like just from a league perspective, from fan perspective, like that's one of those things where a player like him, who's just such a compelling player, and the word is he's going to travel with the team, go to Portland, but he's still in the protocol. But like that's one of those moments where everybody kind of gasps and says, no, we need this guy. Like this is a special kind of talent that you want to see have a long career. As a former Spur, you see Tim Duncan sitting there. You see David Robinson sitting there courtside watching in approval. What is it like to see what Wemby has done to bring the Spurs back to the level that, of course, back when you were playing there, we're at?
Man, I'm going to steal a line. I think Jaylen Brown said it a few weeks ago. That guy's not human, man. Just watching him out there on the floor, man, and he's so young. You know what I mean? So I love watching all of our young stars, not just Wemby, but Wemby is probably the biggest and brightest, literally and figuratively. But just watching him, what he's able to do, not only on the offensive end of the floor, but the defensive end of the floor. I mean, he has you gasping every time he touches the ball there. But to your point, he had us gasping when he went down. And, of course, even if he wasn't a Spurs player, I'd be wishing him well, hoping he gets, a speedy recovery, man, because, like, he's box office, dude. I can't wait to see him.
I'm always fascinated to talk to executives when the playoffs begin, like how you watch, how you consume everything that's going on. What is one of the biggest concerns for somebody like you once the playoff starts and things that you look for in games that could be a problem?
That's a great question because, I'm a creature of habit like all of us. And, even the stuff I did when I was in the front offices of teams, I still do a large part of it with my role here at the NBA. But this is the best time, talent evaluation. That's, what we all do a large part of. And this is the best time to evaluate players. I mean, the playoffs, this is it, man. It's like you got the best teams, you got the best officials, and, it's like there are no back-to-back, so all the teams are pretty well rested, and you get a chance to see the best basketball. The stakes are the highest. You get to see players like, they say you don't really understand a player until you put them in hot water and you see how they respond. This is it. So I watch as many games as I can, almost all of them if you count video, and I just get a chance to look at players and coaches, even execs, how they squirm in their seats, man. This is where you get to see the best of the best. So I love watching playoff basketball.
Now, I know, Malik, I know you can't outright come out and say, what finals you would love to see happen, but can you give us at least a couple of the top choices if you were to get to pick from a fan standpoint of what do you think will galvanize the most interest here?
Well, fortunately, all of our playoffs so far have and I'm not going to give you a finals because I honestly don't know. But the one thing I can say is, like, the parity in the NBA this year has just been great, man. I think we have, you guys may know better than me, five of our series are tied at 1-1, which is like, it's got to be the most we've had in quite a long time. But the matchups I want to see, I'm here in Atlanta right now. I can't wait to watch Game 3, C.J. McCollum going at Jalen Brunson. That's going to be great. I really got a kick out of watching Denver and OKC last year go to 7 games. I'm really hoping they get a chance to meet. And then, you look at OKC and San Antonio, the battles they've had all season long. That's going to make for some great television. So, I'm like a kid in a candy store right now. I had a lot of fun watching the two front courts in Orlando and Detroit go at it for a couple of games, man. This is the best.
So you're a guy that, 8 years your team's made the playoffs. You got a couple of rings as well. This is the best time of year, right? And when you get to this time of year, it's amazing what goes away that we're so used to during the regular season, which is, everybody's playing, everybody's available, whatever it takes. You have Luka going to get, like, whatever I got to do to get this hamstring right, I'm going to do it. Wembanyama clearly doesn't want to miss any time. Like, it really does become it's almost, I was saying this to the guys, it's almost like two different leagues when the playoffs begin. From all your experience as a player, how different is that? Like, when you Game 82 and Game 1 of the playoffs are literally a week apart, and yet it feels like two different leagues. Why is that?
Game 1 and Game 82 are literally a week apart. I don't know. Like, Pop used to always say when we were, playing, this is a marathon. And he said, especially when we had spent some years together, we had what he called that corporate knowledge. He would say, like, his job is really just to get us to the playoffs. He's guiding us and he's managing us and doing what he needs to do to get us to the playoffs. And it was very, regimented what he did. We went through our regular season. We had to get all of our appearances, individual and team appearances done. And then Pop had, a hard stop on the calendar. By March, that had to be done. And then from March till about, April, like now, we were locked in. It's all about playoffs, matchups, health. And as he would say, what do the Spurs do? What do the Spurs need to do well? So we really didn't focus on other teams. We focused on ourselves. And I have to believe that all the playoff teams are doing that now. You have your individual meetings. The guards are worrying about what the guards are going to do. Same things with the bigs. And I think that's what makes the playoffs so special. And that's, what we talk about. There are no secrets. There are no stones unturned. I'll say hardly any in the playoffs because your opponent is going to know you. Every play you're going to run, every ATO, every under out of bounds and the like. And that's what makes the competition so great because somebody has to come up and do something special.
Talking to Malik Rose here on Hahn and Rosenberg on ESPN New York. So when you see how good the playoffs are, the game's not broken. The game is in a good place. But yet things have to get fixed in the regular season. We can't forget about, the load management, the tanking issues. So as much as you're enjoying this postseason, is it a constant reminder on how there are things to kind of focus on to make sure that the regular season doesn't lose its luster?
Absolutely. And there are many people that echo your consensus, and I know Al sees it the same way. And that's what one of the special things about working at the NBA, affords me is I get to be in those rooms where those decisions, those conversations are taking place and decisions are being made. And I have impact on those, I give my little advice or whatever, and, it helps to sway the conversation. But what I will say is it is being it's a topic of discussion. It's definitely something that's high on Adam's list. It might be the highest because our game is in a great place when everybody plays, and we want to keep it that way. So we have committees, and seeing how this work gets done. We're talking with some of the best minds in basketball. Our GMs, our owners, our coaches, and we're coming up with the best solution. You guys have seen the proposals that'll be out there, and we're going to keep calibrating them and tweaking them. And God, I think we have a vote coming up later in May, and we'll get something on the books and start to affect the change we want to see. Because as you said, this is a great game. It's in a very, very good place. We just have to fix a few things, and I don't think that's any different than many other leagues out there.
As a former player, to be part of those conversations, right? Again, from an era where there was a lot more physicality and there was this pride about being there, being available for your team, all those things that are talked so much about it. What is your input with these things? Like, what is your – because I'm sure these are honest conversations, right? They don't want you to just yes everybody. You see something you don't like, you speak up. That's the kind of leader you were in the locker room. So – what are those conversations like? Like, what is the kind of input that you have given?
It's just very real, and most of the input that I give is obviously from the player perspective, but I have also worked in front offices with the NBA, so how front offices will approach things. Like, I know one of the first things I had to do was, going back to the COVID days, it was like, what is a game day like for players? Like, we had all this testing we had to do, and one of the things David Booth and I, my coworker, we would just say, like, hey, on a game day, players take naps, have to eat a certain time, so this probably wouldn't be the best time to, do a test or a COVID test. So that was the beginning of it. But Byron, who's my direct report, who's my manager, and James Jones, who's the head of basketball operations, I spend the most time with those guys. And they really do a great job of making me feel useful. They ask me questions about everything, and even though I'm not always able to get my way with things, I don't want a 4-point line or whatever. It's like that's not coming, but you know what I mean. Like, I would like to see the game played a certain way, and I'm not always able to get my way, but they do, take my advice, me and David's, and it does help shape the conversation. We are, advisors, and we have input on a lot of things, so it's really, really fun. What we do.
No, your time here with the Knicks was not during a great period of time for New York. So when you see how alive the Garden is in the postseason, and you see, especially the last couple of years, especially last year, and you relate it to the times that when you played here, what do you think about it? Do you get jealous? Do you kind of just wonder what that would have been like? Because listen, you had a great career and you did a lot of great things, but unfortunately, the timing in New York, I guess, just wasn't perfect for you.
Who told you? Did Al tell you that?
No, you were the best quote in the room. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right.
No, it was great, man. Even though we didn't win many games there, I still enjoyed my time. Like Mr. D treated us great. We had every amenity we wanted. Had some good guys in the locker room. We just couldn't get it together, to get to the playoffs and stuff. But fast forward to today, the Garden is rocking. That's one of the things I enjoy about going to the Knicks games, man. It's always packed. There's always, A-list celebrities there, and everybody, is just into it, So it's a great atmosphere to watch a game. I think these Knicks teams of the last few years, and obviously this year, very good, have as good a chance as anybody to make some noise in the playoffs. But we'll see how they fare down here in Atlanta tonight, because I'm sure State Farm Arena is going to be, packed and rocking. Although, Al, you know this, there are a lot of Knicks fans down here in Atlanta. So,
can they get in the building? Can they get in the building?
They'll be in there. They'll be in there. So it should be a real fun environment.
Well, Malik, thanks for giving us a couple of minutes. Enjoy the rest of the playoffs. We'll talk to you down the road, man. Good luck.
Hey, thanks for having me, guys. All the best.
All right,
thanks,
Malik Rose. Yeah, I felt bad, but I just wanted to just kind of get his feelings on that, right? That was a tough time, 2005 to 2009.
Well, you got to also think, too, because he was such a proud player. Now, we didn't get into it. He's a Philadelphia guy. He went to Drexel. He was a great story coming, where he came from. An undersized, big, who just, he played his ass off, right? He was on the 99 champion team with the Spurs. He beat the Knicks, actually, in that final. He won another one in 2003. And after that, San Antonio was making changes, and they moved on from him. So he went to the Knicks for 5 years. And, those were some of the lean years, man. So imagine coming from the Spurs. Like in that era of the Spurs, where they were the standard of the league, and then you go to New York, where they were anything but that. That was in the worst of times. After the Ewing era ended, before they were able to get
before
Carmelo.
Yeah.
So he never really got to get that feel of what it is, what it's like to play at the Garden. But I'll say this though, he was when I covered him. I was one of the beat writers then, and he was a stand-up guy. I mean, they did a lot of losing, and he always tried to say the right things and be a leader in that room. But yeah, he didn't get to really enjoy what a lot of the guys have enjoyed over this last couple.
I love the idea of him being an undersized anything, because I imagine if he walks in the room right now, that's not how I'd feel.
Well, he's, believe it or not, he's slightly taller than
No,
me.
I know. I just looked it up. I always thought of him as being 6'9" or 6'10". He's 6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is the right way to describe him for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, great career.
At some point, there must have been a Paul Simon moment for Alan Hahn with Malik Rose in the relationship.
Al.
You can call me Al.
Yeah, he calls him Al.
I've never heard anybody call you Al.
Yeah, that's the older guys do. Ewing does. Yeah, like John. I thought John did. Didn't Starks do it?
He might have. Yeah.
Yeah, Starks did it when we had him. Like the older guys do.
What did one of our callers call him recently?
I don't remember.
Call me?
Yeah, Al.
Well, I know there was Don. No, but was it? Which one of you guys got called something random?
Well, Don was Ron.
Oh, Ron. Sorry, I'm confusing Al with Ron.
Sure, you did.
I'm Charlotte. What's up, Wayne?
Hey, Pete, how you doing? What's up, Ron Allen?
Right. So it's Al, Ron, and Rosenberg. Hell of a program.
It changes everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was good, and it was also good to hear. And we knew this, but just how in the frontal lobe tanking is to the NBA, and they really want to try to get this thing fixed.
Yeah. If you're taking anything out of it, what Malik. Because again, he's an executive with the league, so he's got to be careful with everything he says. But I think he made it pretty clear that, yeah, you notice the difference between the regular season and the playoffs. Like, you see how it's different. And him as a former player working with the league, and they have meetings, and he's making it like, no, we can't do that. We cannot do this. Like, this is what we should be doing. And that they're already going to be making changes to try to curb tanking.
Apparently, we are forgetting one other time when Alan's name was mispronounced.
Let's start off with Al in the Bronx. What's up, Al?
Yo, what's up, Alvin?
Alvin.
Yeah. Alvin, Simon, and Theodore.
You know what? That's my good friend, my buddy Ben I've been telling you guys about.
And he calls you Alvin.
He calls me Alvin all the time.
Oh.
In fact, he'll yell it. If I pick him up at the airport, he will scream it as he's coming out of the gate, and he screams it across the airport.
But this is different. This is like me calling my nephew Alex, and I exclusively call him Albert. So this is a friend just making up a nickname.
Yeah, but it's also very embarrassing when, you're just screaming across a restaurant, Alvin, and everybody looking up like, oh, you're Alvin. I'm like, no, I'm not.
Because the tough thing about the name Alvin is, and I've known a couple of Alvins.
Oh, yeah, Alvin.
Sure I have. But
who doesn't know an Alvin? Let's be honest.
No, I mean, I'm sure some. But it is a tough name because to me it is so associated with one Alvin. And that Alvin is not a human. He is a mouse.
Yes. And
or chipmunk. Mouse with J's.
Mouse
plus. A rodent. By the way, speaking of
rodents?
Of animals, cartoon animals.
Okay.
Speaking of cartoon animals, for some reason we can't quite understand why Natalie at age 30-something, whatever she is, has decided to get...
They're on the side of
probably zero.
One or zero. Maybe just 30 on the dot, in fact. I guess because of a screensaver on Apple TV, she's just found herself developing a real fondness for Snoopy.
Okay.
She's become a big Snoopy guy all of a sudden.
Nothing wrong with that.
I love Snoopy. I enjoy Peanuts.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of merch recently for them, too.
Well, and
they're all over Instagram and everything.
And on Apple TV Plus, they have the Snoopy Show. And it's the same looking cartoon as Peanuts.
They bought it.
Like, they have it. Right. They have the rights. But they made a new show. And the Snoopy Show is different. It's focused on Snoopy, which I have to say is probably the way to go. I don't you think we spent too much time in our prime focused on some of the other Peanuts characters? Respectfully. Give the dog his time on camera. He deserves it. You know what I mean? And Woodstock doing quite well on the show as well.
Yeah.
Always.
You can make the fact that, as sacrilegious as this may sound,
Go ahead.
I'm good on Charlie Brown.
Right.
So is everybody.
Like,
no one needed Charlie.
I think Charlie Brown is probably the most underwhelming main character you could ever have.
No, he's
in
Seinfeld.
a cartoon.
Charlie Brown is Seinfeld, and Snoopy is Kramer or George. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, episodes where Seinfeld's not heavily focused, you'd be like, I'm fine.
But by the time I got to 10, it's like, I don't feel bad for Charlie anymore. It's kind of on you, buddy.
Right.
Make some better choices.
Well, he's the opposite of shame on me, fool me once, whatever is fool me once. You're not going to fool me again.
Right.
I mean, that's Charlie every time. Now, I have some love for Linus.
Yes.
I've got some love for Schroeder.
I'm a big Schroeder fan.
And Peppermint Patty, I dig that whole thing.
Yeah, sure. I'm a Rosie O'Donnell guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was very ahead of her time.
Yeah.
Now, Pigpen, troubling. You know?
Someone needed to take him aside is what you're saying.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Nobody. That's bad parenting.
You know what? The Peanuts in general, there wasn't a lot of taking aside, right? Hey, Charlie, she's not going to leave the ball. Lucy's going to continue to pick up the ball. Stop it, all right? Don't play baseball. You're not going to win, all right?
Yeah. No.
Get another dog because Snoopy owns you.
Linus,
hey,
I love you.
Take a bath.
I love you. Ain't nobody coming to the pumpkin patch. It's 30 degrees. Let's go home.
No, by the way,
Hold out. Nobody cares about the Great Pumpkin.
What about Lucy? He's not that into you. Sorry. Linus is not into Lucy.
It ain't happening.
It ain't
that's
happening.
Sally. That's
or is it
Sally.
Sally? Sorry, Alan.
Yeah.
Sally.
Yeah.
Linus
Linus, that's a different thing. If that was a thing, that would be.
You can make the case that if we were television executives at some point, we would have been like, we would have went to Charles Schultz and said, you need to rework this.
Yeah.
Okay?
A lot needs to be
There's
fixed.
a lot of things that need to get fixed.
But one thing though, just to put a bow on this, if you're a dog lover,
oh yeah,
I highly recommend a beagle.
You love the beagle, huh?
Oh, my beagle. This dog. It's like I can't think of anything not human that I love more than this dog.
And even some humans, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Well, lots of humans, but I'm saying in my life, I've certainly loved
what's the
humans
beagle
more.
personality like?
Oh, it's great. They make you the laziest human possible because all they want to do is lay around and do nothing. Snoopy, the character Snoopy, it's literally what a beagle is.
Well,
all the things about a beagle.
Do you ever walk in? What's your beagle's name again?
Kobe.
Do you ever walk in? Kobe?
Yes.
Do you ever walk in and find Kobe sitting on top of his doghouse, pretending to be like a Marine pilot or an Air Force, whatever? What's the word I'm looking for?
World War I flying ace.
Flying ace, sure.
Yeah.
Never seen that?
He doesn't have a doghouse, so no.
Got it.
But I do have you ever see the Love Sack? You ever see those things? The gigantic, monstrous bean bags?
Yes.
They're called Love Sack.
Yeah.
All right. They're awesome, super comfortable, and that's his dog bed now. He has claimed that.
All right.
So it's a very, very expensive dog bed. He lays on top of that like he's Snoopy, and he snores. He has sleep apnea. It's hilarious.
Oh.
Do they
But
have
he's
something
adorable.
for dogs with sleep apnea?
I don't know.
It is a
doesn't
thing.
matter.
I do know it's a thing.
It's too cute to want to cure it, to be honest.
Okay.
Don't worry.
Your dog.
He hasn't had a good rest in 7 years, but he'll be all right.
Nobody
getting any
sleeps better than he
dog
does.
rem. All right.
Dog rem.
That guy Thursday
I got one.
is next. I've got one as well. I know Alan's had one for the last couple of days. Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg hanging with you until 6:30. Then it's Mets baseball on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline. Pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Knicks fans, it's time to hit the court with BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. Download the BetMGM app today and add a boost of excitement to every New York game day with same-day parlays, live betting options, player props, boosted odds specials, and the best daily promotions in the business. With the BetMGM app at your fingertips, you can experience the excitement of betting on your favorite players and get in on all the blue and orange action as your New York Knicks drive the lane. Find out why basketball fans love BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the New York Knicks. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Subject to eligibility requirements. Gambling problem in New York? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We are moving now.
Electric bikes are everywhere. They are quiet and very fast. Teens ride them on the roads, in bike lanes, but also in places they should not be, like sidewalks and parks.
Look out!
When you ride, wear a helmet. Don't speed. Watch out for pedestrians and cars. New York State and your community have specific rules for electric bikes. Follow them. Go to trafficsafety.ny.gov for more info. A message brought to you by the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
At City Harvest, we believe no New Yorker has to go hungry. With your help, we're on the road 365 days a year, rescuing over 77 million pounds of nutritious food and delivering it free to millions of New Yorkers, transforming surplus food into sustenance, sustainability, and smiles, rallying thousands of New Yorkers to power a network of nourishment across our city. One day, one meal, and one New Yorker at a time. That's how we feed good.
Life is motion, but for Jaime, debilitating pain in both hips brought everything, including family time, to a halt.
Every doctor told me the same thing. They would do one hip at a time.
At White Plains Hospital, Dr. Jacob Totka's unique expertise provided an alternate approach by replacing both of Jaime's hips on the same day.
In just 2 hours, I got 2 new hips, and I went home that day.
White Plains Hospital, among the best hospitals anywhere that just so happens to be here. A member of the Montefiore Health System.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We're going to start off in the Bronx River Parkway northbound, jammed heading over to East 233rd. Crash out there in the right lane with the FDNY on the scene. You're not moving much there from the Bronx River Parkway. Best of it's the outbound George, southbound Deegan and Henry Hudson. West Side Highway northbound, some heavy pockets of slowdowns from the 50s. Inbound George, still have some road work on the upper deck. It'll run you about 15 to 20 minutes using 8095. Outbound Lincoln about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland close to an hour. And once you're in Jersey, you might want to avoid the covered roadway. Crash out there blocking the left lane by the Tunnelly Circle. Turnpike Extension, a good alternate. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
We all know winning means showing up stronger, faster, better than before. And when you're chasing that edge, the Drop by GNC cuts through the noise, bringing you the best new innovations in sports nutrition and performance. From muscle building and strength support to improved recovery and focus, we curate the newest drops from GNC Amp, Pro Performance, and Mega Min. Plus, Ghost, Raw Nutrition, Bucked Up, and the top new brands changing the game. No guesswork, just leveling up. Check out the Drop by GNC for what's new, what works, and what's next.
Evan Cohen here. In life, as in sports, the pros make it look easy. That's why pro golfers like Jason Day, Ben Griffin, and Patton Kazire trust the pros in lawn care. True Green. They have the experience and expertise to give you a lawn worthy of the PGA Tour. And since True Green does the work for you, you get more free time, or more tee times. So stop stressing over your lawn and start loving it. Sign up now at TrueGreen.com because nobody makes it easier to get a golf course quality lawn than True Green, the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour.
We all have that one friend.
I'm talking about the yo-yos who set themselves on fire and bathe in pork and beans.
Or know that one person.
I'm here with my family.
Who can't help but be.
He's not cool. His voice is weird. He's kind of a dork. His brother's a tool. His girlfriend's annoying.
That guy.
I didn't know it was Banner Night. We won't be out for that.
It's time for That Guy Thursday.
Hey guys, anyone want to play some ball?
With Don, Hahn, and Rosenberg.
He's just being that guy.
I have so many. I have multiple things I want to get to today, guys.
No.
Multiple.
Turn your
Well,
mic.
then lead the way then.
Show me something.
Yeah.
All right.
let's
Well,
go.
number one, I want to start with the guys at the gym, the gymnasium, if you will. And I know Alan works out at home.
Yeah, I don't like working out.
And I know Don does the kickboxing.
Yes.
So neither of you are really engaging in this, but I'm sure at different times in your life, maybe it has. Certainly you, Alan. I can't imagine you were always so well off that you had your home gym.
Yeah.
Listen, I admit I am a somewhat insecure person physically in different ways. So maybe not everybody's
after
like
what
this.
Monica said.
Exactly. Just trying to recover from that. But like, if I'm at an Equinox or a New York Sports Club, like some sort of public gym, don't just stand there with everything hanging out. Like, what are we doing?
What?
What are you doing?
What do you mean hanging out?
Everything just out.
Out. Like, be a little more
Put a
specific.
towel on when you're standing in the locker room.
That's one of the weirdest.
Like you're not efforting at least. Like, listen, I don't expect everyone to be like me, okay? Because maybe if I had a better body and I felt better about it, I wouldn't be this way. I don't know, but for me,
interesting.
Knowing what I'm like, I am literally. There is no time basically when you could catch me fully nude in the locker room. I'm walking with the towel around my waist to the shower.
Yeah.
I'm showering. Before I open the shower door, the towel is wrapped around me, and I am walking into the shower. You know why? Because I'm not at home, and you're not my wife, and I don't feel like showing you my everything. So why, when I turn around in the locker room because I'm looking for the place to throw my towel, is there a guy? I'm just seeing ass cheek. Why is that in front of me? Just why? Why are you comfortable looking at your phone with your twig and berries out? What are we doing?
Because some men are very comfortable being naked. And I will say this. Now, Don, you played some in college, right? Or
yes.
You did? Okay. See, it was a thing. Like, if you were on a team in college, like, that was not a big deal in college.
But that's different.
Because they were your teammates. This is like, it's family. Like, throughout this, like, the first thing you want to do, especially after a practice, is you just want to get all the gear off because it's just disgusting. And you want to go right to the shower. So you're not even thinking about towel. You just go, and a lot of times you just, I'll air dry. I'm good. But when you are a grown-ass man and these are strangers.
Yes.
No. There's no need for that. You don't need to
but not even, why would you want to?
Well, because, again, there's really weird people in this world.
I know, and guess what? We have a segment for him called That Guy 30. You're that guy. Put it away. Yeah, when I was in high school, my good friends knew entirely too much about what we all looked like. And then I came of age and realized that's weird. What was I even doing? And now I cover myself like a gentleman.
Well, again, you're a grown man. It's one thing when you were an athlete. Athletes, it's like, it's just what you do. It's no big deal, right?
I get it.
You don't
I get it.
You don't even bother.
But that's because you're literally operating in a world where you're
in a public gym with strangers in the locker room, and I don't
makes
need
no
to
sense.
see. Yeah, I'm with you on
Makes
that.
no sense.
I think there's a common decency thing, but there are also some people that are just very comfortable naked, and they know they can be
people
in
that can't
space.
fall forward.
No, is it that?
Yeah. Listen, if you were proud.
Well,
to me, it's not about that though. I don't want any of me
I agree.
to be seen.
I agree.
I limit my time visible as much as possible
honestly,
around a group of strange
obviously,
men.
since
I'm
I've
good.
had kids, but like if I can, even at home, in
Yeah.
front of the wife, like I don't parade around naked. Like if she comes in, I'm not gonna dive back in the shower because, oh my God, she might see me naked. But I'm not gonna prance around.
You're not a prancer.
No, just why?
Because you're a grown ass man.
No, just you cover. I'm not gonna dive and hide. But at the same time, I'm not just like I said.
So imagine if you're literally just standing at the Equinox here in downtown Manhattan, and you're on your phone texting someone with your ball.
Texting naked should be illegal.
That should be illegal.
Yeah.
Get off your phone.
Well, public texting naked.
Oh yeah, text privately. Listen, the no one's around. Take
you
your time.
guys should
Do
know the
whatever you
condition
want.
I'm in sometimes when I'm
I do.
texting the group.
I will tell you though, it sounds silly.
Go ahead.
But there is something uncomfortable about let's say you're naked and Peter calls me. Like, I'm not going to go run and get dressed, but like I'm just not going to like sit on the bed naked and talk to Peter. It'll feel weird.
I got to tell you,
wouldn't it feel weird?
It would feel more than weird. It would be like if I found out about it, I'd go, "What's going on, buddy?"
Wait a minute.
Especially when Peter would ask me, "What are you wearing?"
Do you remember
I don't.
some of the K-Show meetings?
But that's my. What do you mean? Oh, me?
Yeah.
You mean the shower?
Yes, you were in the shower when we were in the meeting.
Oh, listen,
now
he-
the camera was off.
Right, he pointed it to that light that looked like the coronavirus.
But it didn't.
Remember?
But it didn't leave my
You'd hear the shower
in the bath fitter.
in the bath fitter bath. That's
But
right.
like he didn't prop it up in the shower and you saw like naked Peter lathering up.
It's hey, it was a busy day. I just got back, went from the gym, whatever. I got a shower. But my preference
Nicely
is
done.
to not be nude. Now, real quick, my other one that I want to get to is I see there's a little bit of a back and forth online between Jerry Ferrera and Dave Rothenberg.
Oh, you took mine.
Oh.
No, but go ahead. This is good.
Well, I'll just
All
set it
right.
up. I'll just set it up for you, and you guys jump in.
Go ahead then.
I mean, you know what it takes? You know how wrong you have to be for me to agree with Dave Rothenberg? But I agree with Dave. Jerry Ferrera laid out his whole plan for tonight, saying he's going to watch the first half of the Knicks, then he's going to pause the game, then he's going to watch through the fifth pick, then pause the draft, then watch the third quarter, then pause the game. Dave responded, just watch both. I'll take it a step further. The kind of Knicks fan that Jerry Ferrera is, all right, a known regular at the Garden, huge podcast.
Confirmed.
Represented them when he was on the show Entourage. He lives for the Knicks. My man, get the draft updates on your phone and call it a day. What are we? It's game 3.
He is a Giants fan, though. He is a diehard Giants fan.
Guess what? I'm a diehard Commanders
and he
fan.
looks at this as this is a huge day with having a 5 and a 10. Like there's, I understand what he's thinking.
I get it. He's just wrong.
But why is Jerry that guy? Dave's that guy.
Why is
See,
Dave
that's
that
what
guy?
I say. How dare you tell me how to fan?
No, I like Dave on this.
He's a Giant fan and a Knick fan. It's a big day for the Giants. We were just talking about in the open. This could be the first thing they have in the championship DVD, how it all began.
Yeah.
5 and 10. He's a big Giant fan, but it's also a big Knick game, right? So he doesn't want to be distracted. And for Dave to tweet at him, watch them both simultaneously. Like, what's the matter with you? Which is such garbage.
Coming from
because
Dave.
if there was anything up against the Giants game, do you think he'd have anything else on and watch it simultaneously?
Never.
Or would he ignore the other thing and just watch the Giants? He cannot. This is why Dave's that guy.
I like this.
He never equates anything to like the Giants. Like if I say there's a big Devil game, he laughs at it.
Yeah.
Or a big Knick game, he laughs at it. Big Ranger game, doesn't matter. Big Met game, big game. Giants? Oh yeah. Oh, well, of course. I
It's
watch
the
the
Giants.
It's the Giants. You can't understand or wrap his mind around for even a half a second that somebody might appreciate another team or another sport the way Dave appreciates football and the Giants. Maybe Jerry doesn't want to watch it simultaneously. Maybe he understands how big a game this is and he wants to consume it all. But he also wants to know what the Giants
Can you do me a
doing.
favor, though? Pretend it's not Dave. Right? Hear me out, Don. Pretend it's not Dave. What would you really tell? Seriously, a good friend of yours goes, I'm a huge Knicks fan. Just behind that, I'm a really big Giants fan. Your gut reaction wouldn't be like, all right, great, cool. Keep an eye on the draft on your phone. It's a playoff game. If they lose tonight, they're in serious trouble. This is a major game. This is a road. This is no longer game 1 and you're expected to win the series. This is now you split the first 2, you're on the road. You don't go, cool, just keep an eye on your phone? I don't get it. What are you waiting for? You have to see the person,
There's
Roger
something
Goodell, say
about
the word?
public forum of Twitter. Like, if he had a relationship with Jerry where they're just talking, they're at the bar and he's like, what? Dude, just watch the Knicks. What's the matter? That's not being that guy. But on social media, watch them both simultaneously. Like, now the world's got to know. Like, who asked you? Stay out of my business.
All right, Alan, what do you want to say about Dave? Same thing?
Yeah, I just feel like I never like it when someone tells someone else how to fan. Like Jerry's whole thing is I don't want to miss a thing. So I can't exactly. I can't just go like bounce from one to the other. And his thinking is I don't need my phone, I don't need social media. I don't need any of that while I'm watching. So it won't spoil anything. I can hit pause if the Giants are about to make a pick. I can hit pause on the Knick game, and now I don't have to worry about commercials. Like I can just bounce through things. I understand his thinking. He prefers to live in his own moment, not do it live, but he doesn't want to miss anything. He wants to feel like he's watching it live in his own time, and that's what he wants.
Well,
but don't tell him he's wrong for it. And this is ridiculous. The response to me was like so arrogant. You don't need to tell anybody else how to fan. This is how I'm doing it. You do it the way you want to do it.
But
mind your business.
It's just him not being able to understand that someone might love multiple teams equally. Dave has put the Giants ahead of all of his other teams.
That's fair.
And he can't conceive why Jerry would have a problem with a Knick Giant face-off when Dave would never have a problem. Giants win every time. He's the one that said I would take one Giant championship over 5 Met World Series because he's a bigger Giant fan than a Met fan. He has made the Giants number one, and he can't conceive every Giant fan not doing the same thing.
I've heard from Dave Rothenberg.
Oh,
he's on his way, isn't he? Isn't he coming to the studio?
Probably on his way, yeah.
He wrote, maybe don't complain, Jerry. Did I need to know about your absurd dilemma? Fair point also.
All right. I will agree with the counterpoint.
It's a fair
Jerry
counterpoint.
did take it to the world.
Jerry's
but
the
then
one
that
who
means
said
everybody
the
on social media is that guy.
That's
Jerry
right.
did take it to his man drama to the world.
He did.
I give credit to Dave for that response.
All right. Well, you know what? This is why we talk it out. We hash it out. Did you have anything else, Alan?
It's not nearly at this level, so it's not going to be a great way to end it.
Okay.
But I
don't like the setup so far.
I know. I'm not really drawing anybody in, am I? But it's almost like this. It's this to me. Arena hosts / DJs need to be stuffed into a rocket and shot to the moon forever. It's the most god-awful experience you could ever have. And I say this because the Knicks are playing on the road now. At Madison Square Garden, they don't have any of this garbage. You know, you don't have, make some noise! Like, it's a playoff game. I don't think I need to. You know? Like, who wants a T-shirt?
Shut up! Turn it down!
That. Like, what happens is because everything's on different channels, I don't even bother anymore. What playoff games where? I can't find it. I have League Pass. I just go to League Pass. The thing with League Pass, though, is no commercials. So when they go to commercial, they just give you the scoreboard. They give you what's going on the center court scoreboard. So you see all the in-arena entertainment, they call it. And it's just a whole bunch of screaming and carrying on. And it's mayhem. And you're just like, why do I need to be screamed at? And it just drives me crazy. And so imagine that the job's available. And I understand, the job's a job. You want to get in the business, all that stuff. I don't begrudge people.
You shouldn't begrudge.
But just the level of that guy you have to be to just nonstop, won't shut up, screaming things. It's I can't take it. And the best part is Detroit lost game one. I was watching the Detroit-Orlando game, and that's how this came up. And I was watching the game. So now Orlando's going to win game one, and everybody's miserable. Everybody's leaving the building. They emptied the benches, and some dude – no, I'm sorry. It was – some dude comes in, and he makes a layup. And, of course, the announcer's like, Peter Rosenberg! And, like, who are you yelling at? That the game's over. Who cares who scored? I don't know who thinks that stuff's fun. The same songs, the T-shirt cannons, the people that'll do anything to get a damn T-shirt wrapped.
Well, that's a whole nother. You know about that guy.
But the screaming that they do, like, I don't understand. If I need to be told make some noise, and how about who can be the loudest fan, and you're trying to be
You're good.
I can't understand this. Please explain why this is fun.
It's not for us.
Make some noise.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's not for us, Alan.
I just don't get it.
Some people need to be told when to make noise.
You just want to, imagine sitting next to the guy that's got to do all this yelling into the microphone and just be like, can you just dial it down a little bit? Like a little bit, man. Please.
Well, there's a lot of reasons to hate it. There's also a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda.
I know exactly what he did.
It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-50 Hybrid Preferred all-wheel drive for $259 for 36 months, or buy with 1.9% APR for 60 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for lease details. VIN TN155263. MSRP $37,455. Zero security deposit. APR at $17.48 per month for $1,000 financed. Ends 4/30/26.
It's so stupid, man.
1-800-919-3776. Lots to discuss. Lots to get into. ENN at 6. Mets at 6:30 on ESPN New York.
How about shut up?
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline. Pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Partner with Amazon Hub Delivery to earn extra revenue for your business with your business. Assist with local Amazon deliveries and get paid for each package you deliver. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. You'll gain extra revenue, increase exposure for your business, and connect with your neighbors. Plus, it's easy to get started with no delivery experience, long-term contracts, or startup costs required. If you're interested in learning more, visit Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
This is the Michael K. Show.
All I've seen over these years, let's make things great for the players. Let's give the players everything they want. And they deserve to have great things. But the extra little things like, well, let us grow our hair longer. Can we have beards? Well, then win me a championship. Because if I'm going to move away from the Yankees and what the Yankees stand for, then I'm going to need something back from you.
The Michael K. Show. Weekdays at 1 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Evan Cohen here. Game day brings the excitement. Your stay should feel just as memorable. With Marriott Bonvoy, official hotel partner of the NCAA and U.S. Soccer, you're connected to a portfolio of brands designed for how you travel. Some offer complimentary breakfast, others give you room to spread out, space to stay productive, or extended stay comforts. So whether you're a traveling fan or part of the team, Marriott Bonvoy celebrates the moments that live on before and after the game. Marriott Bonvoy, where game day checks in.
Empower. Ellie here is getting the sleeve she's always dreamed of. She worked with Empower and planned for her next move, so she got good at money. Now she can be a little bad. Oh, by the way, you spelled journey wrong. No worries. She can afford the cover-up, too. Ooh, check out my tat. It says, invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text TIP to 215-215 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text TIP to 215-215. That's TIP to 215-215.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Now through April 23rd, get to Floor & Decor's flagship store in Brooklyn at 850 3rd Avenue. Enter the Design Your Day with K sweepstakes presented by Floor & Decor. Discover unmatched selection, unbelievable prices, plus standout looks in tile, wood, stone, and more. Explore fresh ideas, find your inspiration, and see real people, real projects. The Design Your Day with K sweepstakes, only at Floor & Decor in Brooklyn. Now through April 23rd. Visit ESPNNewYork.com for full details and rules.
Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube. Stream the full Weekday Lineup live. Watch complete replays or catch up fast with can't-miss highlights. Jump into the live chat, react in real time, and make your voice part of the show. Subscribe to ESPN New York on YouTube now and stay locked in so you never miss a moment. What a turn. Money is great, right? that you could have a good rock band like Aerosmith, who, and I heard the quote in the 70s.
What was that?
That
dude look like a lady?
No, the was it Joe Perry?
Yeah.
Said that they hated Dream On. Hated to do it because it didn't represent their rock sensibilities.
Sure. Right.
And they hated how slow it was, but they had to play it because it was their biggest song, but they'd always roll their eyes like, I can't stand this. We're a rock band. Why are we doing this? And then that same band, 20 years later, did that. And Crazy. And all those movie soundtracks, basically the whole soundtrack to Armageddon.
Amazing, right? All that stuff. It's just, yeah.
It's like, because I smell the money.
Of course.
It's so funny. I don't think about the song every day, but Dude Looks Like a Lady.
It's quite a song.
Was, for my age, such an early core memory of just music. Like when I hear it, it resonates in this really interesting child. Like, I remember hearing rock music for like one of the first times of that. And also trying to understand what the hell was going on in that song because I didn't understand.
Nobody understood it.
Now I get it. It's like, seems really easy.
Right.
He
It's him.
had long hair.
He looks like a lady.
Yeah.
That's it. It's actually really straightforward.
If you see him now, he looks even more like a lady.
Well, that's how they came up with ideas for songs. Like Walk This Way is from Young Frankenstein.
Oh, you told us this.
Like, so I guess they didn't really look for inspiration. It just kind of just popped into their head, and they wrote songs. Listen, I could take or leave Aerosmith in general.
Really strong.
Wow.
Some songs are epic, and some are like, but they definitely took a turn. And it was the money
all the way
turn.
pop.
Yeah. But hey, listen, we all make financial decisions, right?
Dream On is still, though.
I like Dream On.
How do you not love that song? That song is incredible.
But they hated it. Matter of fact, it was released in 73, did nothing. They ended up re-releasing it like 2 years later, and it became a hit. But that's their biggest song, right? Even with all the movie soundtrack stuff, Dream On is their biggest song.
No.
I don't think that's
You don't think so?
Disagree.
Really?
I feel like it's their best, but I feel like they've had.
I feel like everyone we just named is bigger.
I got to look and see.
I feel like Walk This Way is bigger. I feel like Dude Looks Like a Lady is right there.
But I don't
feel
think
like
the Walk
stupid
This Way you're thinking of. I think
either one.
Yeah.
But they're on both. Even the one we just played, the stupid 90s Armageddon and all the crying, trying, schmying, all those. I don't know. Yeah, Dream On's big. Sweet Emotion is bigger than Dream On to me.
I actually think Sweet Emotion is a really
That's a
good
great song. Now that's the best one.
Best intro. Like the best open, the whole thing there. And it's like, isn't that like an homage to Zeppelin?
I don't
know.
Maybe. I don't know.
Didn't Joe Perry like kind of give you a little of Zeppelin there?
Sweet Emotion rocks. That song's badass.
Yes, it is.
Because of our conversation the other day, by the way, Ballard sent me a couple of Police albums and insisted I listen because I've never spent time. I guess the first two, maybe. Is that what they are? Let's see. Hold on. But I've never listened to a Police album.
So good. So good.
They're huge. I mean, honestly,
Zenyatta Mandata.
They're underrated.
And Regatta de Blanc.
No.
Send me both of those.
Okay.
They're underrated.
Yeah, those are very good. Synchronicity was the one that really got like.
That's the Smashola?
Radio play. Yeah, that was it.
Was Don not there for that day?
No,
he
were you
was,
there
right?
for that,
No,
Don?
I was there. I was there.
For Cartman? His Cartman.
You were there when I played it back, too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cartman singing Oasis.
That was a moment in time.
Well, according to Billboard, their biggest song was Don't Want to Miss a Thing.
See?
Ugh.
See? That's
it's
terrible.
their only number one hit.
It's unfortunate.
But I'm sorry. For the longevity, I think their best song is Dream
On. I would agree with you. That and Sweet Emotion.
I think Sweet
Emotion's
Emotion's the
that
one.
they made.
I like Kings and Queens. That's one of my favorites. I love that song.
What about Love in an Elevator? Living it up while you're going down. Think about it. Think about what
It's
he's saying.
amazing. How,
Think about the lyrics.
Now that's a strip club song.
Oh, yeah.
Remember I did my top 5?
That's in there.
That's got it.
Loving an elevator. Could be.
And it's like the same.
Was that me doing Dude Looks Like a Lady?
Yeah. It's like the same lyrics. He just keeps yelling them at you.
That's gonna
over and over again.
That Dude Looks Like a Lady impression would have legs if there was still such a thing as drop madness.
So would Ballard's Oasis, but it's just going to die.
Oh,
but
man.
it's too bad you
But you know what, though?
Too bad
Nobody
you guys-
nobody says we can't use it on our music podcast that we're never going to do.
That's true.
Listen, as much as there's some things I agree with Ballard,
yeah,
he lost all music credibility when
None.
he
He's
thought
out.
Changes was an Ozzy song and not a Sabbath song.
That was a tough moment.
And dare correct you.
Corrected me.
Knowing that I'm in the room.
I know. and I was right. We were right. I was like, really?
And his Oasis stuff, he's got to get over.
But listen, it's easy to. I will say this about Ballard. He's such a diverse music fan. You're bound to get things wrong because you're living in a million places.
Yeah, but that was really wrong.
Which one? Ozzy and Sabbath? I mean, it would have been worse if it was Ozzy and Megadeth. I
no,
mean,
but it was also a decade off.
In terms of timeline.
Yeah.
But that's something that you can't say with your chest if you aren't really that sure.
Yeah, though that's the thing, then you're being that guy.
Right.
That's like, you know what? Maybe you think it to yourself.
But you check
but
first.
you pick up the phone, make an effort to correct someone, and you're not right,
Yeah,
and you're way off.
That's tough.
Bad guy.
You know, Peter, some might say you check yourself before you
wreck yourself. That's a good
Shout
point.
out to our guy T. Jones on Twitter. What happened to you guys? Jacob played that Aerosmith song because of the Jerry Dave thing. Pay attention. It's a great show.
Is that why you did it?
I don't even think we cared about the reference. We just started talking about Aerosmith.
That's not why you did it, is it?
No, I did it because Alan mentioned it and
Yeah.
dropped the line.
Well, he gave you credit. I thought it was nice.
Well, I'll take the credit.
Well,
for it. I mean,
wait, what song did he play again?
Don't want to miss a thing.
And
Jerry's pausing everything so
Because
that he doesn't miss
that's what I said. Jerry doesn't want to miss a thing, and then Don sang it.
Yeah.
But we only started talking about Aerosmith because we heard Aerosmith and we started talking about Aerosmith. We didn't care about the reference. Good job by Jake.
But he's right on YouTube that Jacob played it for that reason.
Right. That is correct.
Well, we knew that.
I didn't.
I
That's
wasn't
good.
sure.
That's good stuff by Jacob.
Wait a minute. We didn't know that?
Well, I knew it
T.
came
Jones
up.
is telling Peter, pay attention. It's a
Yeah,
great show.
But I forget
Oh,
why.
well,
I mean, a lot of things
Peter.
are happening. I'm juggling a lot of things. We have Malik Rose today.
We need to every now and then remind Peter there is a show going on and you should listen.
I didn't.
He's been completely engaged today.
Yeah.
He's right
Today,
next
yeah.
to me.
I just heard all I did was
Believe
hear
me,
Aerosmith.
I would jump him if he wasn't.
That's right. I got to
All
stare
right?
Don right in the
Then
face.
You just did that. You just pulled a ballot. You're not in the room. You don't know.
Yeah, he doesn't know.
And yet you assume you knew.
And you see what
then you big-footed and you were wrong.
Which makes you dangerous.
Oh wow! Look at you two ganging up on me. How does it feel? Feel
right.
good?
That's what you get.
Now after the show, when you guys go into the locker room, Peter's going to just stand there and text naked, and Don's going to have to deal with it.
Yeah.
That I will never do.
At least I don't have to see that.
All right, we got the draft. We'll reset that. Knicks big game 3 tonight, and it is a big game 3.
Oh, you
and we
bet your
throw
ace
that
it
out,
is.
but you know
I got a statistic that tells you why exactly it's a big game.
exactly. And the Mets win a game but lose a player. Don Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-30 2.5S all-wheel drive for $219 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN TM133469. MSRP $28,065. Zero security deposit. Ends 4/30/26.
The New York City Department of Correction offers countless career opportunities, from specialized units to leadership roles that support public safety and change lives for the better. It starts with one step: registering for the New York City Correction Officer exam. Earn over $109,000 after just 5.5 years. Benefits on day one, job security, pension at any age after 22 years of service. Go to nyc.gov/joinDOC or search Join DOC. One career, many opportunities. Register today to take the test.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition at goodkarmabrands.com. That's talent acquisition at goodkarmabrands.com.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks, guys. We've got the Mets home later on tonight over at Citi Field. First pitch just a little over 2 hours away. Picking up some delays heading into Queens at the Whitestone Bridge from the Bronx side. After that, expressway southbound, no big issues heading over to the stadium and Northern Boulevard. Grand Central eastbound, some extra company heading in that direction. Delays go back onto the Bronx and Manhattan legs of the Triborough Bridge. Best of it's the outbound George Henry Hudson. That's about it. Cross Bronx westbound, slam from White Plains Road on through. Inbound Georgia, about 10 to 15 for the upper deck. Outbound Lincoln, your best ride at 20 to 30. Outbound Hahn, going to run you close to an hour. They did clean up that crash in Jersey underneath a covered roadway. Delays are easing over by the Tunnelly Circle. This report is sponsored by the New York City Department of Transportation. Speeding ruins lives. Drivers, watch out for pedestrians and cyclists and slow your turns to less than 5 miles an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Every 40 seconds, a child is reported missing. That's 2,000 children every single day. It's a heart-wrenching reality that we can no longer ignore. Find the Children is a non-profit organization dedicated to helping find missing kids. You can be a part of their mission by donating your unwanted vehicle, running or not. Call 1-800-294-0222. We guarantee that you will receive the maximum tax deduction. We provide fast, free pickup with 24-hour response. Call 1-800-294-0222. Find the Children provides crucial resources to help find missing children and educational materials to teach kids how to recognize and avoid predators. Our recovery programs have a proven track record of reuniting kids with their families. It's time to act. Donate your unwanted or unused car. Help us build a world where every child is safe. Pick up the phone and call 1-800-294-0222. Together, we can bring these kids home safely. This advertisement was paid for in partnership with Cars R Us and Find the Children.
DiPietro and Rothenberg's NFL Draft Couchcast, April 23rd, exclusively on the ESPN New York YouTube channel, WHSQ and WCBS-FM HD2, New York.
Game Time is brought to you by Tullamore Dew Irish Whiskey, because when it is game time... I like that.
It's
All right.
Dolly time.
It's a really busy night, and a lot of it has to do with ESPN New York. So we'll start with those. Mets Twins right after us on 880 at 6:30. You got the Knicks and the Hawks game 3. That's going to be on 1050 with coverage beginning at 7 o'clock. Coverage of the NFL Draft is on the ESPN New York app at 7, and the Couchcast is going to start at 8, and that's going to be on YouTube. And the Yankees face the Red Sox. That's at 6:10. Tullamore Dew, the original triple distilled, triple blended, and triple cast matured Irish whiskey. Be sure to grab a Tullamore Dew or try the new Tullamore Dew Honey during today's action. Glasses up to enjoying Tullamore Dew responsibly. Want to get your calls on the draft at 1-800-919-3776. Knicks on the table as well. I wanted to throw this out there, though. We told you that the Mets ended their 12-game losing streak last night with a 3-2 victory over the Twins. Vientos gets the game-winning RBI. Luke Weaver comes in for the save. Now, Mendoza's saying we didn't want to pitch him 3 out of 4 games. He threw a lot of pitches the night before. I think Luke Weaver is now their closer. We'll see what happens.
And in his post game with Gelbsy, he kind of like made it clear he wants the job when he talked about, I'm not afraid of anyone or anything, and the mentality and all that stuff. Like, he made a clear case that not only do I have the stuff to be a closer, I've got the mental makeup to do it too.
Well, this is what he said.
Look, people smell fear. I'm not the biggest guy in the room, but I ain't scared of nobody. And that's the attitude I try to take. And if I screw up, it's on me. But at the end of the day, I'm going to sleep at night, and I'm going to feel good about the effort I put in. And I ain't fearing nobody. You remember that.
Now,
Love it.
All right. You know what's really interesting about that? I don't want to cause controversy.
Go ahead.
But do it anyway.
Everyone knows that it's not just Devin Williams struggling. It's, does Devin Williams have the stomach to be a closer? Does Devin Williams have the stomach to pitch in New York? Is Devin Williams broken by the Pete Alonso home run? And then Luke Weaver does his job, and the first thing he's telling you is that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe he did it subconsciously, but isn't it interesting that he's telling you he's all the things that Devin Williams is not? Isn't that what he's saying?
And they were teammates last year, and he saw it firsthand also.
Right. So
and he had to close last year too because this guy couldn't get it done.
So he's telling the world, listen, I'm ready for this, and I like it because you got to have that attitude when you're a closer.
Why not?
But in the win, the Mets still lose because Lindor in the fifth, after scoring a run, leaves the game because of a calf injury. Now, David Lennon tweeted this out about 32 minutes ago, and this is kind of ominous, as he puts it. Lindor wouldn't give a timetable for his return, and neither did the Mets. So this is an ominous sign. When Soto suffered his calf strain, the team had no problem saying 2 to 3 weeks for him. So suggesting that maybe this could be longer than Soto was out. So the Mets lose 12 in a row, finally going to win when Soto comes back.
Just to piggyback down on that, Anthony DiComo said that there's, as you said, no clear timetable, but they expect him to miss significant time.
Yeah.
It's more serious than Juan Soto's was, and that Ronnie Mauricio is going to get a long run at shortstop to prove himself in Lindor's
Well,
absence.
there you go. Now, this is very interesting because this is how things kind of sort themselves out, right?
Uh-huh.
So there's a rift between Soto and Lindor and yada, yada, yada. All right. They win 4 straight when Soto goes down, but then they lose 11 in a row. And then Soto came back. They made it 12 because that was the second game back, right? That was his first game back yesterday. So they lost 12 in a row without Soto. And now Lindor is going to be out for a significant period of time. If all of a sudden they get hot, man, is it just coincidence, or do the front office start thinking, man, this is more than just a coincidence? Soto's out, we collapse. Soto comes back, Lindor's out, and all of a sudden we catch fire? Like, maybe making Lindor comfortable and getting rid of all the guys he didn't get along with, maybe that was a mistake. Like, I don't know. But it sounds like there might be enough of a sample size that all of a sudden if the Mets turn it around, you can't just chalk it up to coincidence. Might be something more than that. Now, let's see if they do turn it around. Lindor was actually getting hot. He hit the 3-run home run in the loss the other day. You know, had the RBI single to get him going last night, and then scored the go-ahead run to make it 2-1. So they are going to miss him because it looked like he was starting to warm up a little bit. But how do you ignore that, Alan, if all of a sudden they find it without Lindor after losing it without Soto?
How much do you believe that could happen? You're right. Look, every single person covering this team right now is watching this carefully. But to be honest, Lindor actually was starting to produce. He was.
Yeah.
He was starting to produce, so it's not like he's been garbage. But I'm telling you, like, everybody covering this team is certainly going to now keep an eye on this and see where it goes. No question.
And quickly, just because I noticed it. So last night, Philadelphia beats Pittsburgh in the NHL. Now Philly's up 3-0 on the Penguins. So the Penguins are dead.
It's a wrap.
Johnny Lazarus tweeted
that was
this out.
nasty. That
Fun year, though.
Sidney Crosby gets called for an embellishment penalty. First time ever. All right?
Wait, hold on. Literally?
That's what they're saying. I don't know if anybody went back, but
literally?
Maybe in the playoffs.
Maybe in the playoffs.
Well, it's funny because Ranger fans in particular accuse him of that constantly.
All the time.
All the time. All right, so he takes an embellishment. He got high stick, but he definitely went down like he was shot. But, hey, if you can draw the penalty, great, but it didn't work. So Johnny Lazarus, who does an amazing job covering the NHL, got the video. I guess TNT caught the – I don't know if you saw this, Peter.
No.
Caught the camera, the penalty box camera. There's a Philly fan kind of looks at him like,
yeah.
He got caught, huh? And then like Sid Caesar, and he starts shaking his head laughing. It was if you see the video, and it's actually pretty funny.
That's a great little
really
video.
The timing of it was fantastic, and good job out of TNT to be able to catch it. But, you know, there it is, first period. I think the game was scoreless at the time. So Sid still had a sense of humor about them maybe getting back in this series, but it looks like it's pretty much over. But that was a pretty cool moment. Philly gets ripped, but usually it's them fighting and spilling into the penalty box like the time Ty Domi was there. But check out the video. Johnny Lazarus has it. It's very, very fun.
Then there's also the Anthony Pusick, Stuart Skinner of it all in this series.
I know. Well,
he's a gift.
Even Bush sounded like he was fed
Peter.
up in that game yesterday. Like, Bush is just like, I don't know how he missed that. Like,
Yeah,
the third goal, he's like, I don't know how he missed that.
But you know what? You can blame Skinner all you want. They just look cooked. Letang doesn't look great. It's an older team. They had a great regular season. But Philadelphia, I got to tell you, again, I have no I wanted to see. Philly hasn't made a run in a long time. I've got no hatred for the Philadelphia Flyers, at this point, just other than the rival. No, I get it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, as somebody that covers the NHL, they don't have a star, but they are deep. Like, they kind of have all the same player, They're all nice players. Konecki's a nice player.
Yep.
Cates is a nice player. Hathaway. Sam Heim is a really good defenseman. They've got but they don't have a star. They don't have a stud. Even their goaltending.
Right.
Vladar was between him. It's not like they have any stars at all. They're exceptionally well coached. I think Tockett's a great coach, but we'll see. They're going to beat Pittsburgh, and we'll see how they match up moving forward. But kind of a surprise they're up 3-0 in that series. Hockey's been good. Basketball's been great. We've got the draft coming up, and the draft is where we started, and we'll kind of continue here. All right, I'll go around. We all have a dog in the fight, right? I'm a Giant fan. Peter's a Commanders fan. Alan's a big Jet fan. And we all have picks in the top 7, okay? The Jets are going to go 2, Giants 5, Commanders 7, and then the Jets will pick again, and the Giants will later on. The Giants at 10, and the Jets at 16. But we'll start with you, Alan. Mendoza's going 1.
Yep.
Who do you want to see the Jets take at 2? No trade. I'm going to take the trade off the table. I know you're itching to trade.
Yeah.
They're going to keep the pick. Who would put a smile on your face if they selected?
I would probably go Bailey, because Bailey is the guy that is the plug-and-play selection here. And you need guys that can step in and play right away. I know that Arvell Reese has probably got the higher potential, but I don't have time for potential, man. I need guys that can play right away. And so if I'm looking at it that way, I would think you go with the guy that is pro-ready and immediately steps in, and he could be a productive player that could be, again, one of your best defensive players going forward. That's what I would like to see them do. It's the simple, easy thing to do. And then I will just throw the Caleb Downs thing out there just because I'm a Jets fan. I love chaos. And the chaos that would cause, and it would also tell me they really believe, and maybe even Glenn believes that this guy could be more than just a defensive impact player, but a culture guy.
So the Giants at 5. I'll go next. I mentioned it earlier in the show. Arvell Reese, Sonny Styles. Who would I want? Now, the edge pass rusher to me is always more important than the linebacker, right? Although the feeling is Styles is the better player. There's something just about Styles. I would not be upset getting Styles at 5. I think I'd be happy. Peter, Commanders at 7.
Depending, what you look at, of course, you see different things about what's possible. I think for me, the two most exciting things, and this makes me feel like a little bit of a jabroni, because I think sexy offensive picks are kind of sometimes for the jabron, and the smarter football fan goes for the D end or the left tackle, whatever it may be. Especially when you're drafting this high, these are real picks. However, the names that I've seen floated around that would be potentially exciting for my Commanders would be the aforementioned Jeremiah Love, who multiple people have thought can get to 7 to the Commanders, or wide receiver Carnell Tate. I personally feel like for this team, if you really feel you have the quarterback, which I do, Terry McLaurin's 31 years old. They have not, the Krosky Merritt is a nice running back. There are a couple other, decent receivers. Obviously, they're very old in the tooth. They're long in the tooth after Terry McLaurin, and Terry's not.
That's true.
And Terry's not young.
It's a good call.
Plus, whatchamacallit, my tight end from Philadelphia who broke in half last year. He's 36 years old.
Yeah.
So there's just not a lot there offensively, but if you have this quarterback down, you keep talking about you don't want to put a running back in a place where they don't have the quarterback. You don't want to put a wide receiver in a place where they don't have the quarterback.
Right.
But if you do have the quarterback, to me, that's exactly where you want to go. So I could see them going with a safety or a corner. but I would like to see them go with the wide receiver or the running back.
All right, so that's what you're looking at. What do you think? 1-800-919-3776. Mike Tannenbaum was on Bart and Carlin earlier today. Dan Grosso was filling in for Carlin because he's going to be handling all the festivities for the draft on radio in Pittsburgh. Mike was asked, do you have the Jets, or who do you have with the Jets going at 2, Reese or Bailey?
Yeah, I've gone back and forth. Like, my gut says Bailey, but just the gut feeling. He reminds me of John Abraham, who, had a good run with the Jets. Just great first step quickness, explosive player. I really like Arvell Reese as well. He's one of the youngest guys in the draft. I believe he turns 21 in August, guys. He goes forward, backwards, has some versatility. I think he has some Micah Parsons in him, but that's a little bit of a projection, so I don't think you go wrong.
That's what you were saying with Reese, where there's that hybrid for him.
Yeah.
Linebacker, edge, so that kind of makes him a little bit more versatile than maybe Styles, although Styles is considered the better player in some circles.
And in 3-4, he certainly fits. But the thing that scares me a little bit is potential, right? Like, he's not as further down the road, and he didn't get a lot of action getting after the quarterback in college. It's just something that they see. He's got everything that it takes to make him one. And could we get to 2030 and say, boy, remember that 26 draft? How did they pass on him, right? We could. But I just think you're in a place as the Jets. I'm not drafting potential at 2 in the draft. I want a guy I know is going to play.
Oh, for sure, especially when you consider the Jets want to get some wins this year.
Mm-hmm.
As much as they are in for a long, I shouldn't say long rebuild. They want to be able to
building.
Win. But the idea is get some wins here.
But do you agree with me though? Because the potential is something that can be dangerous. Because what if it never hits?
Well, but that's all these players are, right? Is what you project them to be. Yeah, you'd love for them to be able to make an impact right away. But I think the jump from college to the NFL is so gargantuan that it's going to take some time. You're not drafting
at the line of scrimmage,
and you make mistakes like the Giants did with Barkley back in the day. Of drafting for the moment. Like, I want this guy to have an immediate impact. You're still looking at, what is this player going to be in a few years?
Mm-hmm.
Is he somebody that we are going to give a contract to? Which is something the Jets never do, right? Mm-hmm. Of extending their first-round picks.
Yeah, almost
never. So which means you're not projecting far enough. When you're selecting that high, when you're taking a player at 2, guys, or the Giants at 5, or even the Commanders at 7,
right?
What your hope is, I'm going to take a player that is going to be an impact player for at least 5+ years, right? This is going to be somebody that you hope is going to become a special player for your organization for a decade. That's what you're hoping for. But so that means you're projecting. Can this guy grow and become something special? And so it's not about, what can he do for me now? What can he do for me 3 years from now, 5 years from now, 7 years from now?
That's the dream, is that you draft somebody that's going to be there for a long time, and you'll be there with them for a long time. The Jets, to me, the Raiders are bullied into making the pick. They've got to take Mendoza. So no one is curious about it. And this is the other thing I hate about drafts. I say this about the NBA draft too. The Raiders don't need to be on the damn clock. They know who they're picking. We know who they're picking.
They've been on the clock all
oh, my God. The clock's already been running. We don't need that. Don't give me the Raiders are on the clock. That's when the whole place should boo. We've been out here all day. We know who they're taking. Can we just do this, please? The draft begins at 2 because the Jets have been really good at, and this is a rarity for the Jets, keeping it close to the vest. Nobody really knows who they're taking. But I also think the Jets could close the first round. Because John Schneider has made it clear he doesn't really want to make the pick at 32. And the Jets have, 34, right?
I thought it was 33.
Is it 33? Well, either way, they have the second-round pick. And they wouldn't mind flipping their pick for a second to get out of the first. So if you know you're going to take Ty Simpson, why not get the 5th year and flip? I mean, how hard is it to flip? You're moving, 1 spot, 2 spots, and take him at 32. And then you have 3 first-rounders. And you have a quarterback that, maybe he could develop into the guy that you do take for the future. Because, again, if things work out the way they're supposed to, you won't be drafting in the top 5 or top 10 if things work out the way they're supposed to next year. If you're a head coach who has this, the skill set, or what is it? What's the thing he said about being a coordinator? I mean, if he can run the defense the way he wants to run the defense, and they're a way better defense, and Geno Smith realizes that I'm not with the Raiders anymore, so I actually have a good offensive line, and I can throw for 4,000 yards. I've got some weapons on this team, and the Jets win some games with a fairly easy schedule. You shouldn't be in the top 5 to pick the next quarterback of the future. So, something to watch to me at the end of the night is, do the Jets talk to Seattle? They've done deals with them before. And take that 32nd pick and make Ty Simpson the pick.
Yes, they are.
Is that crazy?
No, it's not. They are, just to confirm, they are picking 33rd. So first up in the second round for the Jets. God, how great would it be? Can you just imagine the shock and awe if the Raiders don't take Mendoza? Just imagine that.
When was the last time that happened?
Well, I guess you could say not number one, but like the way Sanders dropped.
Yeah,
from
but
being a top first round pick to just disappearing.
This is a fait accompli.
Yeah, when was the last time there was like a?
No, I don't.
It's David Robinson. It's like it's someone everyone knows.
But
like,
just imagine
that
they get together. Like they went out to dinner last night and goes, "Hey guys, how many people here really think this quarterback's going to be special?" And nobody raises their hand and go, "Why are we picking him?"
Yeah.
Well, because for PR. Because we'll look bad if we don't take him. We need a quarterback. He's projected to be the best quarterback in the draft. We have to take him. And say, no, you know what?
No, we got
I don't
Kirk
like
Cousins.
Him. No. You wonder if that were to happen, like Mendoza might drop like Shador. Like, because if PR is now over and everybody's just being honest, right? Like, he might just drop like a stone. But how much I'm rooting for that to happen. Raiders on the clock.
You think he gets past the Jets if the Raiders do something just insane, and at the last minute they have a change of heart, and they take Bailey or Reese or whatever, and now all of a sudden they're like, wait a second, you don't think the Jets take Mendoza?
But here's the thing, all right? Let's say nobody really likes this guy, right?
On the table,
but you got to take him. Because he's the best quarterback, and you got the first overall pick. The Raiders say no, the Jets could be like, I don't like him either. And I'm not going to get killed for not taking it because the Raiders didn't take him.
I'm not entertaining this, man.
But how hilarious would that be?
Of course it'd be hilarious.
It's worth waiting the 10 minutes if the Raiders did that.
I'll tell you what.
Thank you. That would be the only thing worthwhile.
If I hear that's happening, I might leave the room in the middle of the Knicks game just to watch what's going on. The madness. Greeny and them boys on the screen just trying to figure out what.
But guess what? You know what it would mean for me?
What would it mean for you?
I'd have to get on the air to go, my bad. My bad. Watching the draft is worthwhile. That's what I have to. Because right now, respectfully to our network, who obviously is very invested in this draft, for me, I will be watching the basketball and I will look on the phone, and then when Rick and Dave call me, you know what? I'll jump in and watch some of their couch casts. I'll be amused by that.
The reaction would be unreal.
But can you imagine? That would be a real reason.
And also, by the way, it'd be a horrific story for who is, whether you like him as a football player.
Seems
or not,
like a nice enough kid.
Incredible young man with a really good family.
I know.
It'd be terrible.
Listen, it's not going to happen. The only reason I brought it up is because, like, from a PR standpoint, they've got to take him.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, well, if you don't like him,
but they would have already figured that out. Yeah, no. That would have been figured out early in the process, but they clearly like him. They got basically his mentor in Kirk Cousins.
I know.
So it's literally what they're doing. I mean, the jersey's already printed. It's done. That's why, again, I will say
that's
again,
why it would be amazing if it happened.
When the commissioner comes out and says the Raiders are on the clock, just why? Why would you do that? They've been on the clock. Just make the damn pick.
I know, right away. But, again, it would be worth the wait if they were to pull that.
You're going to get to see highlights of Fernando Mendoza before the pick because he's the only one they're going to take. Then they're going to make the pick. And then they're going to show highlights again of Mendoza. Right? If you're the producer, like, what packages are you running? What are the possible picks here at number one? We all know. Just that's it.
Well,
just show that.
Just,
waste of television time. Waste.
I don't disagree. 1-800-919-3776. Load up the phones on this. Got Knicks to talk about as well. Your feelings on Lindor. because we got to load up the calls because 6 o'clock it's ENN, and then we take you to 6:30 for Mets and Twins. Peter's also, Alan, you're leaving at 6 because you got the coverage of the Knicks at 6:30.
I'll be here, don't you worry.
Pre-game coverage. I also have a statistic for you of why tonight's game
that's right.
is critically important.
Well, we will definitely get
and
to
also,
that next.
don't forget, Don, tonight is my debut on Shade 45 on Sirius, 10 p.m. to midnight, my music show. Real Late is back tonight. So, like,
I'll have that in the car.
when Alan gets in the car, you got Sirius in the car, right, Alan?
Yes, sir.
Al, I'm being serious with you right now. If I don't get a text, because I know the Knicks tip at 7.
No.
And he'll be
You'll be in the car at 10. If
I'm
I
not going home. I gotta get up tomorrow. So
you're
I'm
in the city.
staying in the city. I gotta go down.
If
to
I
the
don't get a
hotel.
text from Alan, it'll hurt.
Well,
Deep inside.
He says
You, I have
he's
no
not
expectation.
getting in the car after he's done.
Do you have the app? You have the Sirius app?
I gotta reload it, but yeah, I will.
See?
No, I
Say he's not.
Listen, no.
I think he will.
How dare you?
I think Alan will listen. You're saying none chance. Don's looking at me.
Look at him shaking his head. He's all,
look at
I'll
him.
tell you
None
what,
chance.
Don is so down on me today.
No,
he's out.
He's so down on me.
Listen, I just know when lies are being told. That's all.
Listen.
Shout him out.
I will. No, I'm waiting for the text. And then I'll shout him out off the text. I'll be waiting a long time. Obviously. So Rakim is going to make time to call in. Alan can't. Wow. Look at Don's face.
Call in. I didn't know it was live.
Yeah, I'm live, baby.
He's not even paying attention.
I'm going to
what you're saying.
1221 6th Avenue. Avenue of the Americas to you
right.
and me.
He might go sit down and have a steak at Del Frisco's.
I might go to Del Frisco's. I might wait in Mad Dog's seat till tomorrow.
Oh, Don on Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline, pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
Looking for a new best friend? Join London Jewelers May 3rd from 12 to 4 at Garvey's Point Dog Park in Glen Cove for a pet adoption event supporting Rescue Paw Foundation. Rain or shine, help give these animals the loving homes they deserve.
Tricon Construction is expanding across New Jersey, taking on larger, more complex commercial projects and delivering at a big league level. If you're a developer who values precision, accountability, and execution, you need a construction partner who understands what's at stake, timelines, capital, reputation. That's Tricon. They're building the right way with experienced leadership, disciplined project management, and a team that shows up ready. Serious projects, serious results. Visit TriconBuilds.com, TriconBuilds.com.
If you've been injured on a construction site, then you need a lawyer who knows New York's unique labor laws. At the Parisman Firm, they have decades of experience handling construction accident cases and a proven track record of delivering huge results. Their team has already recovered nearly $1 billion for hardworking New Yorkers. From scaffold accidents to slip and falls and equipment failures, they've got your back. Call the Parisman Firm now at 718-WORKERS. That's right, 718-WORKERS, because your case is their cause. Get the justice you deserve today.
Discover where your future can take you at SUNY Canton's Spring Open House on Saturday, April 25th. Explore exciting new programs like data science and analytics and cybersecurity, designed to prepare you for today's most in-demand careers. Tour campus, meet faculty, connect with current students, and sit down with financial aid representatives. Plus, attendees can enter for a chance to win a scholarship. For registration details and information about courtesy bus trips from New York, email admissions@canton.edu. SUNY Canton, your future starts here.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks so much, guys. We've got the Mets home tonight over at Citi Field. Your heaviest ride into Queens, Triborough Bridge. Bumper to bumper on the Bronx and Manhattan legs. Grand Central eastbound keeps you bunched up, approaching the stadium and Northern Boulevard. Just a little bit heavy heading across the Upper East River at the Whitestone Bridge from the Bronx side. After that, no issues on the expressway southbound, approaching the stadium. Inbound George, stick with the lower deck if you can. That'll run you about 5 to 10 minutes. Upper level, we've got a broken down tractor trailer on the span, about 15 to 20 in building. Only easy way to the outbound, George Henry Hudson. Deegan southbound, some pockets of slowdowns from the Mosholu on down. Outbound Lincoln will run you about 20 to 30. Outbound Holland close to an hour. This report is sponsored by Mothers Against Drunk Driving. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you're not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Visit mad.org. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
Smalls here. If you're heading into summer without a medical emergency kit, you're taking a risk most people don't think about until it's too late. Summer colds can turn into sinus infections that last weeks, ruining your perfect vacation getaway. And when you're traveling, finding a doctor and a pharmacy, it's stressful. That's why I ordered a medical emergency kit. It's like having an urgent care and a pharmacy at home. It includes prescriptions like amoxicillin and generic Z-Pak to treat a wide range of illnesses. So if you wake up sick, at home, or on the road, you have what you need. No waiting for your doctor, no hours at urgent care, and no pharmacy lines. Also, no copays. Match your symptoms to the right prescription in your guidebook or call their telemedicine doctor. Start meds sooner and feel better faster. Every home needs a medical emergency kit, so order yours online in minutes. It's shipped right to your door. Save $45 with my promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. That's promo code SMALLS at urgentcarekit.com/smalls. Prescription required. Always consult your doctor to determine if this product is right for you.
The NFL draft starts tonight, and New York is on the clock. Jets pick 2nd and 16th. The Giants select 5th and 10th. And Rick DiPietro and Dave Rothenberg are breaking it all down live. Join ESPN New York's Couchcast, your second screen for the NFL draft. Real-time reactions, instant takes, and everything New York fans care about. Watch along, react with us, and don't miss a single moment, including Knicks-Hawks Game 3. ESPN New York's Couchcast on draft night tonight at 8 p.m., presented by Calandra's Bakery.
Oh, yeah.
Calandra.
We're not allowed to touch the cake.
What else you see out there?
Pretzel sticks dipped in chocolate.
Oh, I've had
with
those,
blue and red sprinkles for Giants and green and white sprinkles for Jets.
That sounds absolutely amazing.
Any sort of like dinner food? You're just seeing sort of some desserts.
That's all I'm seeing so far, but the Couchcast doesn't start until 8.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the actual meal will come later, but I haven't seen it. Dave apparently went out to dinner with John Winthrop.
Well, you know.
And Rick's going to show up probably at, what, Alan, 7:59?
No, he's not built like that.
He's not joining
Rick has a game that he's supposed to be coaching, so he's cutting it pretty close, from my understanding.
See?
By the way, I talked
a game on a Thursday night, huh?
A Thursday. I talked to Rich. What's his name?
Rick.
I talked to Rick
Yeah.
at the our Calandras event when he filled in for Don LaGreca, who claimed to be sick.
Oh, boy.
And
I didn't want to miss that.
I know, I'm kidding. Sure. And we were talking about his coaching schedule. He's a crazy man. He's
because
it's hockey, it's baseball, like he's
it's the little kids, it's the older kids.
Yep. Yeah.
But no, I think he's literally coaching guys. I believe he's coaching games like 6 days a week.
No, he's been
That sounds about right. Have you ever been around Rick? Do you know him to be a guy that likes to just sit and do nothing?
He has serious problems, right?
He's a very active human.
Yeah, like borderline freak. No, be honest. Don't be.
No, because it's very relatable to me. We are constantly on the go as a family as well.
But there's on the go as a family because everyone's family, kids get to the activities.
Right.
And then there's you can't sit still for a second because you're a complete and total psychopath. Aren't those?
Right.
Those are different things.
Those are.
I just think you like to be active and involved in stuff. I don't know.
He's not going to go after his guy.
It's very normal.
He won't.
It's very normal to me.
I don't. Yeah, but do you?
No, but you. No. I'm not doing this. I swear to God.
Very normal to you doesn't mean very normal.
It's. That's what I'm saying. For me,
refrigerator Perry, very normal might have been 6 Bear Claws for breakfast. That doesn't make it very normal.
You're right. But people also look at me and what we do with, all the kids and all the stuff they're into and how do you manage all this stuff. And when we were talking about vacations the other day and I laughed at you, I said, no, my vacation is getting to stay home and not have to go anywhere.
No, because you work hard. You got a lot of balls in the air. And, of course, you're going to take care of your kids and go to the games.
Yeah. There's always something
what
to do.
Peter's suggesting is that, listen, he's a great father and he wants to be there for his kids. But if he had no kids, he'd probably be doing other things because he
also loves sports.
Idle.
He loves competing. He loves sports.
And
Yeah, like last time I checked, Alan, you're not getting home from the Garden and then drawing up plays to coach the volleyball team the next day.
No.
This guy is doing the show 5 mornings a week.
Yep.
And for the record, I will say this out loud as someone who did mornings for over 18 years. whatever you think an afternoon show takes out of you, basically double it for morning.
Right.
In terms of what it takes
and
out
also,
of you.
he gets up at like 3 o'clock in the morning to work out.
And watch
his stuff from the night before.
Yeah, so he's
a freak.
He's a freak, but we all benefit from that freak.
No, listen, the guy knows about absolutely everything.
Alan has a stat.
Go ahead.
This is why tonight's an important game. All the in a best of 7 series, no matter what the sport, baseball, hockey, basketball, the odd numbers are always the most important games. 1, 3, 5, 7. Right? That's just obvious.
7
right?
Usually big.
Yeah, you'd think. But this game 3, when it's a 1-1 series in NBA history, this is critical. So the winner of game 3 in a 1-1 series has gone on to win the series out of 274 times.
Okay, big sample.
202 times. That's 73. That's almost 74% of the time. So you've got to win this game. It doesn't mean you can't and win the series if you don't, but you really put yourself in a tough spot. You have to win this game. And if you're the Knicks, knowing what you're coming off a game that, like Josh Hart said, that we should have won that game. Like, we know we gave one away, and he said you can't give games away in the playoffs, but we've done this before, so we know how to respond. And they have responded in the past. I love this, though, guys. Mikal Bridges yesterday at practice, when somebody asked, like, how, the feeling after losing a game like that, going into a game 3 that but I'm just I know we have it, but I just want the one phrase he used. He said, "It's the same thing last year, down 1-1." Down 1-1.
Yeah, you don't like that. That's what it feels like. And that's what it is.
What he said, like,
if you give one up at home,
it's tied, but because you lost the way you lost at home, you feel you're down in the series.
Well, not only that,
even though you're even.
But if you are the team who had home court advantage, and
Correct.
you've given that up,
correct,
through 2, the win is the road team.
Yep.
You have now given up home court advantage.
Yeah, you're down 1-1 in the series.
And
That's
also,
right. I like
feel
saying
like
that
because you lost a lot. You wouldn't be saying that if you had won game 2.
Yeah, you
so
feel
it just
you
feels
feel like you got momentum.
Yeah, but here is what Bridges said.
I mean, same thing last year, down 1-1. You always want to get better in a win, but sometimes you need a loss to diving on things that you was not doing well. And there's a good team too, so it's not like it's gonna be easy. Just gotta learn from it and bring that fire to the next game.
And now we'll see. We'll see if they learn from it, and you'll find out right away.
History tells us this group, recent history, because I'm not big on history, because, like, as I've said before, who was on the team, like, in 1995 when they did this, but history with this group tells us they do respond, and that's what you expect tonight is the response.
And also they've been known to respond on the road.
Very good playoff road team, which is also one of those rare things as well.
It might actually be a good thing they're in Atlanta. Even though it doesn't feel like it, it might be a good thing this game is on the road. 1-800-919-3776. Tino on Staten Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, man?
Gentlemen, good evening. We spoke 2 days ago. How we feeling today about this game? Because I'll tell you what my key points are going to be tonight, Alan. And I got 4. One, get the ball to Cat early and often.
Yep.
Number 1. Number two, on the defensive end, stop leaving JB on an island to go and see the Jim McCullough. Got to make an adjustment where you slide maybe Mikal on him, and maybe when Kuminga's in the game, Kuminga's not a great shooter, so you can put JB on him when he's in the game. Because right now CJ's been the best player on the court in the series. Number 3, I don't know why I haven't seen it all year, Alan. When Deuce plays the 2 guard with JB, their net rating is through the roof when they play together. Why we haven't seen that line up together in these 2 games, still I'm scratching my head about that one. And number 4, JB and Cat, one of them at all times must be on the court. Correct. We cannot have those guys sitting on the bench for 11 minutes.
Amen.
The bench game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very simple. It's very simple.
Yeah.
These are my keys to victory tonight. 4 things.
They're
tell me if
your
I'm wrong.
4 keys. Yeah.
Oh,
like it.
I love the last one. And
Yeah.
did you get any logical explanation on why they were both not on the court at the same time? Early and in the start of the fourth.
What Brown said was that at the end of the season, the last 4 or 5 games when they started doing the Towns-Brunson action together and playing them together, and so he started changing up the way he did the rotation minutes. He had Bridges and Anunoby out there with the bench guys. So he had, Robinson, Shamet, McBride, and he said, there was no issues there. So he said, we've done that before in the last couple of games of the regular season, and everything was fine. In this particular game, those minutes were bad minutes for the bench. And a lot of it has to do with the fact, guys, that McBride and Shamet are not making their 3. I think they're combined 3 for 13 or something like that. So it doesn't help that 2 guys that are good 3-point shooters, like high 30s, 40% 3-point shooters, in the first 2 games are not making their 3s. So it's a different story if they simply had made their 3s. Nobody's saying a word about it. But that was his explanation of what were you doing playing these minutes without one of your stars on the floor in a playoff game. And he said, because we've been fine doing that down the stretch. We just had one bad game of it.
All right, close it out with your calls, 1-800-919-3776, because at 6 o'clock it's ENN, and then 6:30 it's Mets-Twins right here on ESPN New York.
The Knicks.
Bridges, far side baseline, pull-up jumper, missed it. Atlanta wins.
The Hawks.
Atlanta comes in and highway robbery. They steal game 2 to even up the series.
The NBA playoffs.
This shouldn't keep happening, and I think that's the biggest concern I have. Am I worried they're going to lose a series? No.
Game 3 coverage gets underway tonight at 6 on 1050 ESPN and the ESPN New York app.
The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, your winnings get a boost every single day, all playoffs long. Bet player props, bet live, from the opening tip to the final possession. Every bucket, every dime, every clutch takeover matters. And DraftKings Sportsbook keeps boosting you all the way through. All DraftKings customers can enjoy a profit boost every single day throughout the playoffs. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code WHSQ to claim your profit boost. That's code WHSQ to get a boost every day of the NBA playoffs. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. 21 plus, New York only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One profit boost per customer per day. NBA playoff bets only. Bet restrictions apply and vary when offered. Max bet and boost vary. Boost only applies to winnings and expires at the end of the last NBA game each day. See terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Listen, I know the mentality. You try to play through pain and walk it off. Push through one more day. But when it comes to neck pain, back pain, sciatica, or nerve pain, that's a losing game. That's when you call Dr. J. Shaw at Sandwell Pain. Dr. Shaw is one of New Jersey's top pain specialists, Ivy League trained, double board certified, and he focuses on non-surgical solutions that get real results. No cuts, no downtime, no dependence on pain meds. He builds you a custom game plan for you so that you can move better, feel better, and live pain-free. Same day or next day appointments are available. Visit SandwellPain.com. Stop managing pain. Start beating it.
Mornings with DiPietro and Rothenberg.
This trade was highway robbery. Dexter Lawrence, I think he'll be good for Cincinnati. You save so much money. You move on from a guy that didn't want to be here, coming off an awful season. You got the 10th pick in the draft for this guy. For an unhappy non-quarterback coming off a very down year, sign me up every single day.
DiPietro and Rothenberg, morning 6 to 10 on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, it's Alan Hahn. Rings End is your locally owned Benjamin Moore retailer. They're your store for quality with a full line of brilliant and durable Benjamin Moore paints. They're your store for inspiration with thousands of colors and a variety of sheens. And Rings End is your store for expertise with one-on-one advice for contractors and homeowners. Insist on Benjamin Moore paint from Rings End because the gorgeous color you love can't be matched in another brand of paint.
Hey, this is Chevy, managing partner at Precision Solar. We believe going solar should be simple. And it should make real financial sense. We manage the entire process from start to finish and offer flexible solar payment options designed around your goals. When the numbers work, solar can lower your monthly cost and give you predictable energy for decades. And if you refer someone who installs with us, you can earn up to $1,000. Visit precisionsolar.com to schedule your free home assessment.
This is Bart and Carlin on ESPN New York.
Field Yates, Ty Simpson. Does he go in the first round? And if so, is he a New York Jet?
I think the answer is yes to the first part, first round. The answer is no to the second part with the Jets. The only way I could see him being a Jet is if the Jets at 27 start sniffing around and say, hey, we're thinking about moving up. We don't want to get beat by Arizona. Just stay in touch with us.
Bart Scott, Chris Carlin. Weekdays at 10 a.m. on ESPN New York and streaming live on YouTube.
Are you ready to make a difference for the environment while helping the visually impaired at the same time? Then donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind today by calling 1-800-983-6530. Every donated vehicle will either be properly recycled in an eco-friendly manner or given a new life through reuse. Donating your vehicle is easy. Simply call 1-800-983-6530 and Heritage for the Blind will do the rest. They'll even arrange for your vehicle to be picked up at no cost to you. And for a limited time, when you donate your car, you'll receive a $200 restaurant voucher and a 2-night, 3-day hotel stay at one of 50 locations. Call 1-800-983-6530 right now to schedule your vehicle donation and make a positive impact on the environment while helping others. Heritage for the Blind, where every car donation counts and every person makes a difference. Call 1-800-983-6530 now. This advertisement is paid for by Heritage for the Blind.
Oh, it's John Cena's birthday, isn't it?
Oh, John Cena, 43?
Oh, no. Younger than me. Disrespectful.
How old is Mr. Cena?
Disrespectful.
I believe John's 49.
49.
49.
All right, well, not far off.
No.
He looks good.
He does. I saw him the other day. He looks great. He wait a minute. He looks thinner now. He looks more normal because he's out of wrestling shape.
Wait, I got to say.
Go ahead.
Maybe it was just a misstep by Jacob. But that was the appropriate thing to do, was to hit drop.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't hit the drop when Allen was talking about all of the famous Knicks that call him Al, and he started with Patrick Ewing. Right, I was waiting for it, right?
I'm sorry. I'm just talking about friends of mine.
Well, a drop, even when appropriate, is still a drop.
That's correct.
Good for you, man. You don't call me Al, Patrick Ewing.
Drop.
Dave
Allen
DeBuscher.
Houston. Allen Houston's big on that too.
Bernard King.
Drop. Yeah.
All the biggies.
It's
Red Holtzman.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
Now that'd be something if Red called me.
Red called me. Hey, Al.
Yeah.
When did we lose him?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Pre you covering the team.
Yeah, 98.
Yes.
98. All right, not that long ago.
No, I mean that's quite a time ago.
You were covering the Islanders, and people
I
don't know that Red Holtzman was a big, a closet Islander fan.
He lived in Queens. He might have attended a game or two.
He'd swing by
and
the
Al
Coliseum.
Arbor and they used to share notes all the time.
Hey, Al. Why'd they trade Bertuzzi?
So we get off the air at 6:30 to you and me.
Why'd they draft Brett Lindor?
7 o'clock, we're knee-deep in Knick basketball.
Knee-deep.
But then you still have a full hour.
Full hour.
Until the Raiders are on the clock.
Or on the clock. That's the thing. No, it's not a full hour till they're on the clock. First, we've got to do whatever song and dance they're going to do at the beginning. We'll probably do an anthem. Then we'll have the speech.
Hold on, let me and Don do my impression. I will be a random nose tackle, and Don will be Goodell.
Oh, then you have to have this. Can we get a single on this? Anthony's got to adjust. No. Oh, jeez.
Every single corner of that studio is covered except the one they hugged.
Yeah, you guys literally you stand in front of the chair behind Peter. No, that didn't.
It's like we're talking to ourselves.
They can't hear us.
We'll have to do a play-by-play.
It's really just
that could have done it, but
we tried. It was a bad effort.
They hugged twice, which is a good sign.
Second one didn't hit?
No.
We saw nothing.
Get better cameras. You know what? Try harder.
Get better cameras.
Yeah, no,
do something. Then do your job.
Do better. Find a way. Maybe not you. Everybody.
Yeah, we did our best.
We twice.
What do you want me to do?
We've got a studio full of cameras. We found the two spots.
Literally, the two spots that are not covered by anything. You've managed to find both.
Well, what we did is basically he jumped into my arms. I had to take on his full weight.
Yeah, but and I almost took him down.
Hey, now.
I wasn't prepared for him to jump into my arms. But you know what? That's exactly what's going to. I believe, Knicks fans, you're safe. The Jets will be picking at the half.
Ooh, good call. I think you're probably right.
Could be right.
Yeah.
Could be right. The first,
maybe the
number
Giants
two
too. Maybe the Giants.
But that's the best thing about football here. The teams are so good that they're picking nonstop for an hour. That's how good the teams were this last year.
The Jets and the Giants.
Every other pick is the Jets and the Giants.
Four picks in the first 16. I mean, we're going to be busy.
Like you dream about.
What a perfect night to have a couch cast, by the way.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
I'll give credit where credit is due.
Hey, this place is a buzz.
Is it?
All the cameras are set up.
Oh, wow.
What's
that
like? There's a vibe out there.
They have been out there working on these cameras all day long.
Yeah,
trying to get out here.
Jefferson's here. You know it's a
did
big
you
deal.
hear? Did you hear that they have to share?
We really did walk in and jump into nothing. Now you couldn't have gone to a single. You couldn't have gone to like a single of Don's camera.
They did too late. It was too late by the time.
Just
you
the
guys
back
were
end
done.
of it didn't matter. They weren't on the screen.
All right. No, you know what? You got the second one.
No, barely.
No,
At
one point it was just torso.
Yeah.
Look
at that.
That moment fully represented everything. Let's go to
Peter. Look at the corner of where that camera would be. It's next to the door. Is there a camera on that door?
Oh my God! It was just a spontaneous moment. Okay,
It's just a spontaneous moment. We tried to make something great.
Choreograph everything.
Yes.
Well, then you know what?
But like I said,
I'm good.
All right. Well,
if you were watching, you saw some contact on
saw
the second
something.
one. There you go. There was movement.
Let's go to Mike, Staten Island. You're on ESPN New York. What's up, Mike?
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking the call. I wanted to talk about Giants at 5. I think if you followed the tea leaves of what the Giants did in free agency, they brought in Mooney on a 1-year deal, Calvin Austin on a 1-year deal. They didn't sign a running back at all in free agency. It's looking like Tyson or Love at number 5 because they're all these guys that they signed on 1-year deals, they're going to be gone, and it looks like the future of the skill position might be taken at 5. What do you guys think?
Well, you can't count on Love being there, right? That's a chance. But I would think Tyson would be there at 5, right? Because I think you've got Arizona, which I think they'd be crazy if they took Love. Tennessee, different story. But you got to believe, guys, right? Tyson should be there at 5. But Love, I don't know. But so then, I mean, you're still making decisions based on guys that you don't know are going to be there.
Yep.
So I don't know if one has anything to do with the other. I understand he did a good job reading the tea leaves. But when you've got 4 teams picking ahead of you and only one is basically declared who they're taking.
That's what makes what the Jets do such a it's the
big.
trigger point of the entire
huge.
draft. And then on top of it, if Arizona does make a trade at 3, that also then flips things as well. Like if you're the Giants, you seriously have to have at least 3 to 4 options, power ranked of what you want based off of who's gone, because any of those 4 options at 5 that are going to be realistic.
Well, let me ask you something. We talk about trade. Well, you need a partner, and you need a reason for that team to want to trade up.
Yep.
So who would be there at 3? That you're a team picking lower in the first round saying, I've got to move up to 3 to get this player.
Arvell Reese. It could be down. Somebody could be just completely over the moon for him. But Reese could be the guy that some people think.
But
he's
you're going to trade
so,
a lot of capital. Usually that's what you do to get a quarterback.
Oh, yeah, I know.
So I would not, as much as I don't believe Arizona is going to take Love, I also think it's going to be tougher than the trade out of 3. Because I understand what you're saying. Reese is a good player. Styles is a good player. But are you sitting there at 25 going, You know, I need to move up to 3 for this player, and I'm going to send a bunch of capital to move up there. Like I said, you usually do that if there's 2 quarterbacks.
Well, all right.
And you need a quarterback, and you're not there. Like, that's usually
How
a quarterback
about Love?
thing.
How about Love?
Maybe.
Because you know Tennessee would probably take him, and you want to get him because you feel like he'll fit with whatever you've got. I don't know. Like, again, this is where I agree with you about the draft. Is all this stuff is speculative, and then none of it can happen, and we all just wasted a lot of oxygen, right?
Right.
But it doesn't make it any less fun to do.
No, it's going to be a lot of fun. Well, Alan, I know you got to scoot because you've got
fellas.
MSG
You better not.
TV. We will talk to you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the draft. You got a big day.
We'll miss you greatly.
Enjoy the Couchcast.
All right, hope we have something fun to talk about tomorrow.
And don't forget to listen to Peter later on.
Yeah, and I'll be waiting for you 10 o'clock on Shade 45.
We'll see if it happens.
He's gone already. A bad sign. No. Yeah, Don, it's a bad sign that while we were talking about it, he left.
He said he's locked in.
N is next on Hahn and Rosenberg, ESPN New York.
Want to earn extra revenue for your business? Amazon Hub Delivery is looking for local business owners to assist with deliveries. When you become a partner, you and your staff will deliver packages to customers in your area on a schedule that works for you. With each package delivered, you'll gain extra revenue and exposure for your business. Plus, Amazon Hub Delivery makes it easy to get started. There's no upfront cost, delivery experience, or long-term contracts required. Sign up to learn more at Amazon.com/Hub Delivery. That's Amazon.com/HUB Delivery.
There are a lot of reasons why people buy at Ramsey Mazda. It's their selection, it's their customer service, and it's their savings. Lease a new 2026 Mazda CX-5 2.5S all-wheel drive for $249 for 36 months. Start shopping now at RamseyMazda.com. Choose wisely. Choose Ramsey Mazda. Call 833-853-2970 for details. VIN T0102819. MSRP $33,675. Zero security deposit. Ends 4/30/26.
FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's there waiting for you today. Head to FanDuel.com/local to get started. FanDuel is serving up a happy hour every day during the playoffs. We're talking special drops you won't want to miss, from profit boosts to bonus bets and more. And the best part? It's every single day. So whether you're betting the early game or gearing up for prime time, make sure you open the FanDuel app and see what's there waiting for you today. FanDuel, an official partner of the NBA.
21 and over, physically present in New York, opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
And now let's take a look at the traffic with Brandy Scott.
Thanks a million, guys. I hope you have an amazing rest of the night. We've got the Mets home over at Citi Field. First pitch just a little over an hour away. It's also First Responders Appreciation Night. Your best ride into Queens. Whitestone Bridge, not too bad there from the Bronx side. Grand Central eastbound, just packed heading over to the stadium and Northern Boulevard. Delays go back onto the Bronx and Manhattan legs of the Triborough. Over at MSG, watch party. Knicks are taking on the Atlanta Hawks. Round 1, Game 3 of the playoffs. Your best ride into Midtown. You want to stick with mass transit. Only easy way to the outbound, George Henry Hudson. Cross Bronx westbound, just solid from White Plains Road on through. Inbound George, they picked up that broken down tractor trailer on the upper deck. Still going to run you about 15 to 20 minutes. Outbound Lincoln, about a 20 to 30 minute ride. Outbound Hahn will run you close to an hour. I'm Brandy Scott on 880 ESPN New York.
I can't do it today. I already have plans. Something came up. There are a million reasons to put off a cancer screening, but one reason to keep it. Early detection can save lives. Every screening, every result, every early detection matters. At Pfizer, we're fighting against cancer, aiming for 8 cancer breakthroughs by 2030. Join the fight against cancer and get screened at Pfizerforall.com/screenings.
In a contracting business, you're either growing or you're grinding. Success is no longer about hard work alone. It's about using AI to accelerate impact. ServiceTitan is the only integrated intelligence that seamlessly automates your entire workflow, from first call to final invoice. Born in the trades, built for visionaries ready to stop operating and start automating. ServiceTitan, AI for the trades.
880 ESPN, WHSQ, and WCBS-FM HD2, New York. A Good Karma Brands radio station. This is an ENN special report. Now reporting.
The very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
We should talk some sports. Do what you want. It's ENN.
Hi. Oh. Welcome to ENN.
Ray Rowe.
You ever watch YouTube?
It's brought to you by Fanatics Fest NYC, and I'd like to start off by saying good evening to myself and Alan. I've got some love for Schroeder.
I'm a big Schroeder fan.
And to Don.
By the time I got to 10, it's like, I don't feel bad for Charlie anymore. It's kind of on you, buddy.
Good evening to Alan.
I love my wife.
Sure, I'm a Rosie O'Donnell guy. And, of course, to me again.
Dude looks like a lady.
That's right. You hear that and you know what song it is. Sure, I'm a Rosie O'Donnell guy.
I love my wife.
I think I stepped on some toes on that remark about him yesterday.
Well, when you were
in a way.
Well, you were saying that he's an animal?
Yeah.
I love my wife.
God, I'm gonna maul May when it comes.
I love my wife.
Well, you know, like there's two kind of people. There are people who there's people who are honest, and then people like Alan.
Well, I look. God bless him.
No, listen, God bless him.
But one of the stereotypes that's very true is that once you get married, what happened to Peter's microphone happens a lot.
It just stops working.
It just stops working.
I love my wife.
It stops working from lack of work.
Right. That's the thing. It's like any machine.
Listen, if you get kids, you just got to carve out some time, and it's tough. And you know what? As you start to get older, sleep becomes a really solid option. You're a sex-starved filth bag.
But Alan has run with for God bless him.
Yeah, God bless.
He's run with the public narrative that, like, the kids are out of the house for 5 minutes, there could be another kid by the time they get home.
Here comes the happy.
Right. You never know.
When my kids are out of the house, it's a chance to clean up after them because I don't have, like, the hurricane behind me where they mess up all the stuff that I do.
And I have no hope at home.
Way too short, way too bald, not my type.
You got a 1-year-old.
Right.
At least by the time they get to 8.5, you can set them alone for a second. You can't. Maya leaves the room. You can't be like, oh, I wonder what she's doing.
No, you chase it. It's called running after. That's how it goes.
All of a sudden, you walk into the kitchen and she's wielding a knife. Like, she's one. You don't. I remember watching my niece Abigail, and I was young and I was babysitting, and she crawled away. So I got up to go get her, but I wasn't like I sped.
You didn't speed.
The next thing, all of a sudden, she's on a stool trying to grab the string to turn the lamp on. So where's the time for all these activities is what I'm asking.
Look, God bless. All I say is this.
God bless.
God bless.
But it just sounds like that, there may be a paternity leave in his future.
If you take him at face value. All right, so, ladies and gentlemen, a lot going on. Francisco Lindor, just when things were starting to look up for the New York Mets last night, he left the game.
Sure.
Got a calf situation. What's the level of concern there?
I mean, there's definitely some level of concern. I'll be out for a minute. I don't know how long, but yeah.
What's the grade on the strain? Do you know yet?
I do not know. I'm the type of person that don't really want to know, like, amount, timetables and grades and all this stuff. Because it just plays with my head. Trust these trainers here. We have really good trainers, and I have really good people at the house as well that are going to help me get back on the field, hopefully soon.
You know what?
I'm not the kind of guy who likes to know how serious an injury is.
When Alan said he was going to listen to Unite on Shade 45 tonight, it's at that level of lie. I understand it'll mess with my head, but you kind of want to know a timetable. Anytime somebody gets hurt, how long am I going to be out? What are we looking at? And then you use it as motivation. What, I'm going to be out 3 weeks? I'm going to show you I'm going to come back in 2. Now, you know what? Don't tell me. God, the team is such a colossal mess. It is ridiculous. It really is. It's
not ideal. Who says that? I'm not the kind of guy who likes to know, timetables, things like that.
Yeah. Like if a doctor said, you have 6 months to live. Oh, why'd you tell me 6? I would rather you just not tell me at all. I'll figure it out myself. It's the exact opposite in my life. I want to know everything. Yeah. How long?
Am I playing? Out. Speaking of nothing, I'm looking at the red carpet. Now they have a red carpet for the draft. Who is that for? I'm just
players.
But hear me
out. Draftees.
But no. From a viewership standpoint, the red carpet were college kids, 20-year-olds, who I couldn't care what they have to say less about anything. I say that respectfully. There's nothing that they have to say, Don, that I truly care about. They're walking up and down the red carpet. First of all, I don't care what their style is in particular. Their car is parked, it looks like by the highway, and then we see them walking onto this red carpet respectfully. Because here's the thing, Don. There's two kinds of red carpets. There's the red carpets that are all about fashion.
Yeah.
And I'm just sorry, I don't want to offend any of our listeners, because obviously there are a lot of women who, if they're watching the draft, they're only watching the draft to find out what happens to their teams. But generally speaking, the red carpets, Don, that are about fashion, consumed by women. I don't want to offend the women sports fans that are out there, but I don't think if we were to look up the breakdown of gender when it comes to watching the NFL draft, it's a huge percentage of women. So my question is, who is the red carpet for? Who's lining up to see what outfits these college football players are wearing?
I just think it's gotten to the point.
As you can see by the man who painted himself Falcon red, got an autographed football out of it. So
but Peter's right. Like, who we playing? But I think the draft has become just so.
Why do they all have
gargantuan.
stuff inside their jackets and then they open the jacket? What's up with this?
Well, that's Reese's. So clearly he's got a.
So we're watching the draft. So the players who, God bless them, are already getting paid in college can open up their jacket and show us who they're making money
Now,
from?
I got to say, Arvell Reese having Reese's.
No, it's a great job. Listen, Anthony. It's a great job.
There's been worse. No, that one I like.
If I was his manager and I was collecting 10 or 20% on it, I'd be thrilled. But I just don't know from an audience standpoint. I mean, listen, we love it. Everyone. This is, Don, this is the truth. You and I are stupid. We're wrong, and we don't get it. Because the numbers are going to tell us that. Look at the crowd that's there. Look at the crowd.
It's become a happening. Why does something become big? Like, I remember the draft. I was talking to you guys off the air. I remember the draft.
There's the Reese's.
Being on a Wednesday afternoon.
Yeah.
And then I would, get up the next day, look at the newspaper, find out who the Giants draft.
Yeah.
And I was content with that. And then they decided, let's move it to the weekend, which was cool. On a Saturday, they'd spill over to Sunday for, I think, rounds 4 through 7. Like, they do the first 3 rounds on a Saturday afternoon. And they'd have it at Radio City. People started to show up. And the people that showed up were all trying to get their 15 minutes on camera, mugging for the camera, booing or cheering the pick of the player, whatever. And then I was just grown 30 years later into 250,000 people in Pittsburgh. And just like the Oscars or just like the Emmys or just like the Tonys, when you have that many people watching, you find more. So you get the red carpet and you get to see them, and it has become so gargantuan. We are in the minority.
And we're wrong. You and I don't get it.
But I do think there are a lot of people, they're into it and don't even know why. There are people that are legitimately into it, like all of this. And then some of them are just like, hey, it's the place to be.
So am I weird?
So I got to go.
So I guess I'm weird because I love Jaden Daniels so much. I literally named my daughter's middle name Jaden. I love the man. And Don, I've seen the moment he was drafted like 2 times. Like, I have almost no recollection of draft night. I knew they were getting him. I was happy to, or I thought they were getting him. I was leaning towards they're going to get him. I don't know if you guys remember this. You remember the moment I said I wanted him?
Yep.
Yeah, you were watching a 2-minute highlight video.
Yeah, I watched the 2-minute highlight video, and I don't know anything, but I want this guy. He looks good. They got him. I went, great. Done. Let's see how it goes. Fast forward 9 months, and I'm in full bloom love. But that's the only way I could get in full bloom love was when I see him put on that uniform and go out there and sling it to my other command. That's the only way I can see it. I don't know how to get this excited. But
now, granted, I don't think any of us, excited or not, with all due respect,
go ahead,
would be watching this right now if it wasn't one of the 4 televisions that we have on the screen.
Correct. I got a Yankee Red Sox game like you dream about.
Now, 8 o'clock rolls around and there's nothing else going on tonight. The draft would be on my TV as the main television. There's a lot of things going on. It'll be in one of the many devices that I own. It will not be the main device.
I don't know. Are you and your lady watching Your Friends and Neighbors yet?
No, I don't.
Season 2 on Apple TV Plus?
No, I don't. I didn't even know about the first season.
You didn't see the first season?
No.
The John Hamm vehicle?
No.
Oh, it's tremendous.
We started The Boys. We're 4 seasons behind on that. So that's,
you're a little late. You don't have to rush at this point.
Listen, The Boys that's pretty good. But
I've heard good things, but what I'm saying is at this point, I don't know if you have to rush. I mean, we're
not playing catch up at this point. Now it's just going to be we're going to finish the show at some point.
But also, you telling him that he was watching his Neighbors and Friends. I thought he was actually watching his Neighbors and Friends. I was kind of concerned.
I don't think he thinks that little of me, but I can't rule it out.
You thought that I would think he's a creep.
Exactly.
No, and also, have you started The Testaments?
No, I have not.
The new Handmaid's Tale on Hulu, like you dream about. I mean, that show is it's gripping. So there's a lot. Don, my point is, I have to pick my battles now. I have to keep up with the Knicks, obviously the Knicks playoff run. You got to see a minute here of at least know what's going on with the Schlittler man, right? The Mets are going to continue to try to have a season,
right?
And then I have hours of wrestling I have to see every week. You have to pick your battles, and you want to have a relationship.
Well, I love the draft. I do. When it's draft time, but the weeks leading up to it and everything.
So tonight, what's your plan for tonight? Talk to us. Take us through it.
No, listen. I don't have TV anymore. It's like the living room. The kids are watching what they're watching. I'm gonna, I'll keep an eye on the computer and see who's being.
So in the living room, you've lost all control. It's gone.
At that particular, usually they're doing their homework. They're winding down. Either they're watching something or they're doing their homework in the living room, and if I put the TV on, it'll distract them.
So either way, you're out.
Now, I can go down to the basement and say, I'm just going to watch sports, but then that means that Nancy, who's with the kids, from
right when they get out of school.
Since they got out of school until I get home, isn't going to help them get to bed and brush their teeth. No, come on. So I'm a bad person to ask, but if I were single and home, I would be watching Knicks. All right.
On Prime,
because it's a playoff game. I'll be watching NHL hockey, keeping an eye on the Mets and the Yankees on the phone, and watching the draft. Who's
also
getting picked.
phone?
Yeah, or on the tablet or whatever, because I know who's getting picked. So if you ask me what the score is or who just got selected, I'd be able to tell you.
So the TV priority for you
would be live event.
It would be Knicks and hockey. Those would be the two. That would be the
absolutely.
Priority. Anthony, that's where you're at, I'm guessing.
Yankees, Red Sox.
Yeah, because he's a big
Yankee.
Yankee
Will be on
fan.
the TV.
And the Mets make me sick.
Knicks?
Then it'd be Knicks on the secondary device, and then I'll probably keep an eye on the hockey and the draft on my phone.
Jacob, what's your plan here?
Knicks and Mets will be on the TV. Jets, I'm just going to keep tabs on who they draft. I'm not going to be having the draft on.
They've taken enough from you.
Yeah, exactly.
Remember, the reason you're excited about the draft is that your favorite team gets players.
Hope springs eternal
to help them win games. But if you have other favorite teams, their games are being played
that they may be trying to win.
Right.
Maybe they have players in which they can win.
Regular season baseball in April, the Mets have just lost 12 in a row. Not exactly a priority, but a Knick playoff game, NHL playoff hockey, that's going to take priority for me because they are actual games.
And I just want to remind everyone right now, as we sit and live and breathe in this moment at 6:14.5 on this Thursday, April 23rd. If the Knicks lose tonight, when we come in tomorrow, things are out of control. The sky is falling, Don.
You would think
the sky would be falling if they lose tonight.
I would think Knicks win, our open is going to still be the draft.
Agree.
We'll talk Knicks.
Yes.
But they stabilize the situation. If the Knicks lose.
Oh, yeah. Tell the draft to hold on.
Because he just gave you the stat of teams that lose game 3 in a series that's even had a game apiece. The Knicks are going to be in some trouble. They will lost 2 in a row. They've already lost home court advantage. It would make pretty much as close to a must-win as possible on Saturday, which we're not going to have a show for. So tomorrow it's going to be recapping Game 3 and then kind of previewing Game 4, which becomes colossally big if they're down 2-1.
Now, Knicks win by 15 tonight.
Hey,
tomorrow.
They're up 2-1. Then it's the draft. Everything's fine. Get to the Knicks. Listen, we can multitask. So there's going to be a very eclectic open. But it's a different world when the Knicks lose. Completely different world.
You know, we've had some pretty classic moments, by the way, in when it comes to interviews the day after the draft.
Oh, boy.
I don't know where it is, though.
Can't find it. Hey, listen, he's not even here anymore, so what does it matter? Right?
Blah. Well, who is it, Sauce?
Sauce, when I said from Yonkers, because that's what it said in his Wikipedia.
That was
Might be a lost cause, my G.
If you're going to change where
you were
somebody's...
born in Yonkers. How long did you stay in New York?
Who, me?
Yeah.
How am I a Yonkers boy? You put sauce in Yonkers.
I went to, because we were doing the interview. And listen,
these are all
Sauce,
just
a hell of a
strangers.
player.
Yeah,
Didn't exactly light up a room, okay?
I would, you know what, Don? I'm going to agree with you.
So I'm trying to fish for like another question, something. So I just go to his Wikipedia page, maybe pick up on something. And then it says he was born in Yonkers. Now, people have messed with Wikipedia, usually to say he was born in Mars, right? Or Jupiter. Not Yonkers. That seemed logical to me. Like, why would somebody change?
Why would you make
was he
that
from
up?
Detroit to Yonkers? Like, what's the joke? What's funny about that?
Yeah.
Well, you know what's funny about it? Some yo-yo like me went to Wikipedia fishing for a question, and I got one. And instead of getting a fish, I found a tire. But it made for a nice drop, and he's not even here anymore. It's funny how they pulled all of the Buffalo Wild Wings. Once you're in Indianapolis, it's like it's different, right? It's fun putting him in a Buffalo Wild Wings commercial when he's a Jet.
Yeah.
Go to the Colts. It's like, what are we doing?
I know.
I don't remember seeing them after he got traded.
You know, isn't that crazy? And
Maybe they did air. I didn't see.
By the way, and you could be much better as a Colt.
Well, if you're Peyton Manning, you can play anywhere. But, a corner.
St. Elmo's renamed the sauce, I heard.
That's not true.
Oh.
Never would.
I'm sorry.
One of the most delightful.
I've never been.
St. Elmo Steakhouse?
Well, it's tough because whenever I'm there, it's usually Super Bowl.
Or the draft. You ever go for the draft?
Or the Combine. No, I went
Need
for
an
the
expansion team in Indy,
I
don't
went,
you?
I mean
the Combine.
I went for the Super Bowl, and I went for the Brickyard 500.
That's cool.
And when I went to the Brickyard, I didn't know about St. Elmo's. But I'm sure it was just as difficult to get into.
You kissed the bricks, right, Don?
I did not kiss the bricks, but what I did do is I T-bowed at the start-finish line.
That's pretty cool.
Remember that when that was a thing, Peter?
The T-bow. This?
Yeah, the whole way you put you go down to one knee, you put your fist to your forehead.
That was a real moment.
I'm going to go to hell for that.
That was a real moment in time with regard to the way we were affected by the internet, because there were so many things people did. Like trends like that don't happen anymore. Remember? Like that was a huge thing. There was the T-bowing.
Yeah.
There was planking.
Planking was something.
There was the freezing thing. What was the freezing?
The Harlem Shake.
Oh, the ALS challenge.
No, the Ice Bucket Challenge.
Oh, the Ice Bucket.
No, Ice Bucket Challenge.
The freezing thing was everybody didn't move, and then when it said do the Harlem Shake, everybody went nuts.
No, not just that, though. I just want to drop also Anthony yelling do the Harlem Shake, but I don't mean that one.
You talking about
is that bad? What did I do?
No, it was just funny. And it wasn't what I was talking about. So
the Black Beatles.
I'm talking about the Black Beatles, the Ray Shremmer thing. People would do videos where everyone would just freeze.
Yes.
Remember that? And you'd shoot the whole video, and they'd be like, try not to move this whole video. All these things where this is not happening anymore in the same way. Like, there aren't trends now that, like, you have to do socially. That was planking, the T-bow, the Ice Bucket Challenge. Oh, the Ice Bucket Challenge. I mean, listen, wonderful cause. Wonderful cause. So cringe. In retrospect, the video. And I want to nominate Jake, Anthony Pusick, and Don LaGreca. And then you wait for the fakakta water. It was the most cringe. Just admit it. We were cringe as a society. We should all be embarrassed with ourselves. Everything, Don.
But it was for a good cause.
No, listen, that can't. But Don, guess what? What if the trend was just give money to ALS? Amazing. We did it. We don't need to do we don't need to do anything awkward. We just give money. But instead, we had to do something really cringe as a society.
And then there was the ones you didn't do, because I don't know if you ever had this with the Ice Bucket Challenge, where Kenny Albert challenged me.
Yeah.
On the same day.
By the way, look at Mendoza up there, Don.
I know.
Tell me this is a guy.
I can't.
No. I got news for you. In 1 year, in 1 year, he is doing crack on the side of the highway in Las Vegas.
Wait a minute.
I can't.
I thought tell me this is a guy I can't was funny.
Peter Rosenberg. I was gonna keep it.
He just looks too innocent for Las Vegas.
Listen, it's no way to prognosticate.
He's never gonna make it.
Just picture him holding the Vince Lombardi.
You can't.
Can't do it.
Don,
can't do it.
I don't know what I could picture him holding.
But not the Vince Lombardi trophy.
The Vince Lombardi trophy. Mendoza listen, if I'm wrong, I wish him nothing but success. He seems like a nice guy. But there is something about him. You know what he looks like, honestly? He looks like he's just the reporter. That looks like just a nerdy reporter, Don. Fernando Mendoza is the guy doing the update on the draft. He's not the guy being drafted 1 overall.
We're in the lobby. There's an energy here.
Yeah, that is... By the way, he should skip all the trouble and just be a sideline reporter.
Right, when he becomes the next Patrick Mahomes, we're all ready for the freezing cold takes. We're all ready for that. But we got to call it like it is. I don't say it. I don't say it. But, hey.
Well, who is the biggest dork, respectfully, to have the highest level? Is it Russell Wilson?
Well, Mahomes, kind of, but that's voice, not the way he looks.
No.
He looks like a stud, like a football player.
Yeah,
but then he talks, and it's like,
sure, but it's not like this. Like even Russell Wilson didn't look this dorky.
No, he ended up being awkward in speaking, and later on, fine. But
now, when Anthony said, "Look at Ty Simpson, who's on the screen now." What are you suggesting when you see Ty Simpson?
Well, listen, I watched, and that's because I'm a sicko. I watched the Gruden QB camp with him, and him and Beck were actually, honestly, pretty impressive. Just. He's got the
look at Mendoza.
The side by side again. It's not the side by side isn't great.
No, they show
He's
him.
such a good kid.
I thought it was
he
frozen.
Just seems like too nice a kid to win a Super Bowl.
I thought the camera was frozen because he just had a doofy smile stuck to his face.
It's no way to judge.
No, it's terrible.
But
we're doing.
I still feel very confident.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be wrong. And also, by the way, but Ty Simpson were in that. The brand Alo pin is not cool.
Didn't see that. Did not see that in the close-up.
That ain't dope. That ain't dope. You know what?
But
Maybe
Ty
you don't need a
Simpson
brand.
looks like a kid, that he's young. I could see him maturing into...
Now RJ's on the screen.
Yeah, and there's RJ. Oh, no, sorry. That's Field Yates.
I really
what a
feel
head of hair
bad even going there. Because that's no way to judge.
What you mean for Mendoza?
Yeah.
No, it's not. It's terrible what we're doing.
But it's just a feel, man.
It's just hard to picture him being the guy. Even though it's a terrible way to judge.
Terrible way to judge.
But
I stand by my judging.
That's all we can do, Don. Good news for you, Donnie. FIFA's resale site currently has 4 tickets on sale for the World Cup final on July 19th.
Mm-hmm.
For just under $2.3 million each per ticket. What are we doing? What are we doing?
Even if you had them on. I'm Steve Cohen. Like, wouldn't you feel funny paying to go to a Commanders Super Bowl for $2.3?
But you know no one's paying that. Why is it even?
Take care of y'all chicken.
Because some yo-yo will do it just to say they did it.
No, not $2 million. I would love to know in the future what the highest price actually paid for a ticket is going to be at this World Cup. Because these numbers, to me, they're all lies. They're all fugazi. Also, by the way, guys, ENN tonight was brought to you by Fanatics Fest NYC. It's coming back the 16th to the 19th of July. Tickets available now at fanaticsfest.com. And right now, let me tell you, photographs, autographs for all your favorite WWE superstars all go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. You can meet Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, and over a dozen more WWE superstars and legends at Fanatics Fest NYC. Don, big day. I'm on Shade 45 at 10 o'clock. There's also a draft, and we have a great couch cast coming up at 8 o'clock on the ESPN New York YouTube channel.
Yankees Red Sox are already underway. Coming up next, it's going to be the rubber match of the Mets and the Twins over at Citi Field. We'll talk to you again tomorrow at 3 o'clock.
This is the Michael